Aaron is following. Okay, great. Starting on auto moderation. It's good that we have the auto moderation on flashback. I see. Hi guys. Someone is already watching. Nice. How are you today? Is everything good? Is everything nice? Freaking have my watches low on a low light. Low battery, sorry, low light. I need to put it to the light somewhere. It was sunny weather like for several days already, and I just missed it, and it says low, but the forecast is now for rain for an entire week, so I don't know how to charge those. There is the solar battery here. I wonder if I can put under the artificial light for charge, but some guys say that it takes like 4 days to recharge it completely under direct sunlight. Hell, I know how to do it. I like those watches. This is, what is this? What is the name? It's Seiko GMW B5000. I think the price is $500, something like that. Well, I have mechanical watches. Grovana, it looks like. That one looks like Rolex. So probably I'm gonna wear that one by the time those are being charged or recharged. Recharged. Groovy, and that's nice. Tiki, hi. Thank you. Silver, hi. Horritifia. Hi. I always misspell your nickname, but it's okay, I guess. Thomas, all good brother. Nice. Timex. What is Timex? I don't have electricity for about 2 hours. Are you in Ukraine? Yeah, beast. Hi, Denys. Hope your day is going well. Put your watch under a glass exposed to the sun behind the clouds. Protects it from the rain, and whatever radiation gets through will help charge the watch. Thank you. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll put it away like to the sun for maybe 1 month. I'm gonna wear some other watches. Do you want to check out my collection of the watches? I don't remember if I like showed you something or not. Should we review my collection? The sex happens here a lot. What? Morning. Good morning from New Zealand. Oh, New Zealand is awesome. Great nature, great country. That's awesome. Should I watch the watch? Should we watch the watch collection, or it sucks? I mean, this topic. Let's see. All right. I don't remember. I just maybe already streamed on that one. Momento more. Let's review. I don't have many, like just some of the watches. I like watches, and I would also like to have fancy watches, like for example Breitling or Rolex. But my frog is suffocating me. You know, I cannot pay that much money on watches. But I have like favorite. This is my favorite that is depleting. Casio. I think the price is 500 with something euros. I really like those. It's why I like those. Like this one. Just how to for you to see. Oh, this is how it looks. Pretty much standard, yeah. But I like the metal case. It also goes with plastic case. The plastic case cost, of course, lower, and I enjoy it so much. This is the classical glass it has. The classical, it's not the sapphire or some that might scratch. It might scratch actually, but because of this bumper on the top, on the sides, it's a little bit on top, so it is not scratched yet, but it might be scratched. It's mineral glass, yeah. What else I have? I have this one. That's the it's called Swiss Air Force Sapphire Crystal, Swiss water resistant. Honestly, I don't remember how much it costs. Yeah, how to show it to you? I don't know. From the close perspective, like this one. Yeah, a very simple watch. This is mechanical. And here we have the motion. It's transparent. So it's this watch goes from Victorinox. So the same manufacturer that for the Swiss knives. The same goes here. And I wonder how much it costs. I don't remember actually. Swiss Air Force watches. Watch price. Victorinox Swiss Air Force watch. Maybe I will show it to you. Yeah, here we have it right on the screen. So here's the watch. I removed the belt, so it has the leather belt. No, I don't need to sing. And that's, well, it's kind of not this one. More filters. So it's 800 with something, yeah? So the same, but yeah, so the same. I have the same, but with blue color of the front. So yeah, the price is 895. That's quite expensive, actually. But it's still not the most expensive watches, and it has this rotation outer part. I can, like, it's rotating the outer part, but it's not clicking, you know. And you may find it on different data. There is some sort of the ruler, and what I know is just how to convert fuel into gallons, from liters to gallons. Also, like the airspeed, I think you can convert here on those watches, but it's like more fancy. Like it has nothing to do, I guess, with Air Force. Just they call it like this name. That's it. So I like this watch, but it's not my go-to watches. I just thought that maybe I'll have some Air Force watch in my collection. I also have what is this? It's Garmin Fenix 7. It's a watch like this. Like every electronic watch, I guess. So here you can set up any sort of the front. Now I have like elevation, how many steps, date, and the battery. It is nice watch, maybe for hiking, for some of the activity. Rechargeable, and the charge, I think once in 15 days you can charge those, like this Garmin Fenix 7. I hope to find it. Garmin Fenix 7. I think it's kind of old one, no? Is it my watch? Really? Fenix 7 Pro Solar. Come on, guys. Frankie. If you love watches, I have a brand that you should check. It's called Tissot. Oh, Tissot, yeah. Tissot is nice. Thank you, Frankie, for your kind support. And greetings to Canada. We can check out Tissot right away if you want. We have Tissot Schweiz. So yeah, all cookies accept. So Heron, Classic. What is T-Touch? They also have electronic watch, yeah. And is it a Swiss? I think it's Swiss manufacturer, yeah. Or no? I bought Russian watch once. It lasted 3 days. No, I think they have. We're gonna check maybe Russian watches too. Swiss Wenger. Okay. Greetings to California, Santa Cruz. Recently, I held the company party acknowledge a long-standing employees recognizing those with over 26 and 34 years of service. We had 14 recipients who received a golden roll. It has a Swiss flag in the logo. Yeah, but yeah, it has the Swiss flag in the logo, so for sure those are Swiss watches. So they have electronic, yeah, like this one. Hello, something is here, yeah. So this the electronic watches they have. I think it's kind of popular. Let's go to here and maybe okay. T-Touch, it's electronic sport. No, sport is nice. I like it. Sport is good. Well, this looks like a timer. I would never purchase this kind of. Oh, this one is my favorite so far. This one is nice. Very simple. I like simplicity. This looks good. You have the date. You have very robust, I think, look and robust materials. Yeah, then I don't like to have too much information there. Well, this looks actually nice. The colors, I mean. Yeah. Oh, this is also this reminds me Rolex a little. Those dots and this pointer. Yeah. This looks like Rolex. Especially this golden one, but the price is not that high, The price is okay. Yeah, it's nice watches. Nice watches. Yeah, they're good. They're good. There's also Taschenhören. Yeah. Those kind of. I don't know who uses those guys. Still, there are some people who uses those kind of the older type of the watches. I think it's better to open the phone. But it's kind of stylish, yeah. And gold. Oh, that's the price. Yeah, now we're talking. 2,000 euros gold. Trump would like to have those, maybe. I don't know. It reminds me, I don't know what it reminds me, but it's kind of interesting. And the price is still with the gold. It's not that big as for, let's say, Rolex or Breitling and Classic. Let's go to the Classic. Well, maybe this one. The rest. Maybe also this one. I like to have some, not the sticks here, but numbers. So yeah, I like the sport type actually. The sport type of Tissot I like. Yeah. Oh, this is nice. The green, outstanding something. Yeah, nice manufacturer. Cool. I was trying to use Garmin Fenix 3 Solar. I think I have. Yeah, Solar. And that's my watch. So this electronic watch is here. Phoenix Pro, actually available, also for sale for 479. That's the price for now. Also titanium plastic it has. I wonder what I have. Up menu. What's the difference? It's not mine. Mine is a usual version with this orange thing here. On the other version, titanium plastic, there is no such a button. Here it's what? Fiber reinforced polymer stainless steel. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, nice watches. Again, they're here. And yeah, they're nice. They're really nice. The belt is, oh, it's shining. Oh, what's shining? Come on, shine again. Shine. Sonnenschein. No, it's not shining any longer. Well, it's good. Good watches. I think there is the variant to see the map. Like in a classical shit. There is nothing to see. Like some workouts, some la la la. I think there is also like a map, but I don't remember where is it. I forgot how to use this menu because I don't usually wear them. Watch face. I need to solar intensity, heartbeat. Where is the navigate around me, loading the map. Some of the map is here. I cannot show you details, but you can, I think, navigate. Yeah, you can move like on the phone. You can just move there, and I think zoom in also. But it shows not too many details, you know. I think you can put more details. Well, at least you'll not lose, yeah? Courses, activities, saved locations, sites to go, coordinates, use map. Okay, so pretty much good. I like those watches. Maybe Apple watches would be better. I think they have more functions and they easier to use, but this one is also nice. Titanium is very light. Ah, I see. Well, I don't care. I like the titanium iPhones because they're more robust than iPhone 17 Pro or something. Get Seiko Turtle. It's awesome. Oh, actually, I had Seiko as the first watches. Then I became a pilot. Those are nice. Those served to me like maybe 3-4 years. I don't remember. Then I crushed them. Watches are just tiny peep boys from Fallout. Yeah. Well, I have 2 more to show. That's my collection. Yeah, 2 more watches. This is very unique. This one. I changed the belt. This is called... Oh, I need to charge those. Unfortunately, it has the battery, but the battery lasts for many days. Yeah, they cannot move. It's called Mac Exp. Yeah, I need to charge those. There's the charging cable specially made for those for this watch. And then I charge it. It is something unique. Yeah, once again. So basically you have 2 of the pointers that one shows hours, the other shows minutes. And you operate just with a single knob on the other side, yeah. Max Expert. And those are titanium. Mac Exp. I will Google just for you to show them how they work. I think I already told about it on... No? Oh, they have a new model. Nice. What is this? So those are the watches. How to use? I think I should... Maybe here it's like... with those... So basically, how to see how they work here on their website. I think it's better to Google on just on YouTube. Just a moment. People will show. Come on, type. Make X. Come on, sound.
Features, and this crown act as a button, and you can click it multiple times to turn on different features. So for example, if you press it once, you can turn on the LED light, and you can press it again, you can turn it off. If you press it twice, it will show you the battery level. So you can see my battery level is almost at 70%. You can see F, which is for full. You can see E, which is for empty. And if you leave it like that, it will go back to time, or you can press it again to go back to time.
So basically, this one shows you hours, like 12, then 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, this slash, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And on the other hand, you have minutes. Like, for example, here is 12 hours and 14 minutes, something like that, or 15. Yeah, so you have hours, minutes. That's kind of interesting. And then the hour comes, like hour expires, or passes. This thing goes down like with this noise to 0. And then you have midnight, this goes down. Or midday, it goes to the very beginning. That's crazy. And it's, I think, 300 euros, those watches cost. But I really like it. It's something like really unique. I saw recommendations and I decided to buy those. As for the quality, I think the price is absolutely great. And they look unusual, They look really unusual. And they're titanium. They're also stainless steel, but I chose titanium, and the price is not too much different. They're very light. And actually, I use the belt from Swiss watches, Victorinox, because I found this fits nicely to this one. Maybe I'm gonna wear those because I like this model, the style and everything. Yeah, very good. And the watches that are the most expensive in my collection, it's this one. It goes, it's not Rolex, but it looks like Rolex. It looks exactly like Rolex. It is Grovana, also Swiss-made manufacturer. It's like, the Rolex, this one, Pepsi. If we go to Rolex Pepsi, Rolex Pepsi, so, why it's China shop? Rolex GMT Master, so it's looking like Rolex, almost exactly like Rolex. There are minor differences for this one. I just like this Rolex Pepsi. And if we go to Grovana, Grovana watch. Where is this watch? It's also Swiss-made, men's watches. Where is it? Because it looks exactly like that Rolex. I wonder what this model looks What's the name of the model? Ah, this one. K West, it's called. So this is Grovana, yeah? Looks like that. And this is Rolex. So almost exactly the same. Well, triangle is different. Here it's with dot, yeah? But all of the arrows, everything, the crown, it looks identical to Rolex, pretty much. That was the reason for me to get those. Because I cannot afford Rolex, but this one, and it's the most expensive watch I have. Yeah, Swiss made. It has its own movement. I think it's like commercial. This movement doesn't belong to this watch. It's C125 SOP Road. I wonder what's that movement, like just a regular one. Diameter 42, but it's a nice watch. It's great, feels great, looks great, materials are awesome. Just different movement compared to Rolex, yeah, and looks almost exactly as Rolex. But Grovana, yeah. So those are my watches. I know, maybe I'm gonna wear those. You know what I found? I found that my wrist became loosen, yeah. Oh yeah, it's loosen, like you see. Oh my god, like no. I need to adjust it. I forgot how to do it on this one. Yeah, it's like this at first, and then it goes. Yeah, it's the belt also like from the Rolex, but still it rotates. Still, I need to make it smaller because I lost weight, and with weight, I also lost some tissues even here. Also, with the ring, I need to change the ring probably because it's like falling from my finger. Can it fall? Ugh. Yeah, it can. And the watches, they're like this. I became thinner. Yeah, I need to change the belt. Good collection. Yeah, those are my like watches. Maybe I'm gonna wear this one. After all, it's better to adjust it. Easier, I would say. Or maybe this one. Like I have the variants if those depleted. So total I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 watches I have. It's pretty much okay. Lord of Rings. Yeah. I wonder what should I do with this ring, like, because there is the hole here. I can see it. It's like very big. It's not convenient, even not comfortable to wear this loosened ring. Yeah. After all, with the loss of the weight, it's like you are losing it everywhere, from your face, from your fingers, from your everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's not comfortable for me to sit without any sort of the watches. This time is not going correctly. I wonder how to set the time on electronic. I don't like electronic watches. Okay. Thanks for following Oka Wild One. You can get ring reducing rubber coil. Maybe Joel can sort it. Damn, just arrived in appears I missed watch talk. Yeah. You can scroll back. It should be skinny, Denys. Yeah. But still my favorite is Casio. Casio is freaking awesome because I look and I see exactly the time. If I need it to do it fast, it's awesome. Like, and I abuse it as I want. Like, it's very nice, and they look okay. They like very sporty, sometimes not sport. So those watches are nice, pretty much good. Welcome. Then, are you playing all wild wind? It's just chatting for today, but I'm gonna play later on. Mike's the Mike's talk is over. I think I'm gonna stick to this one. I think it's like really it's the best mic. This one, the best mic I have, even though the price of it is very. I can tell just about this mic for you to understand. So it's Shure MV7 Plus. That's the mic. So actually, I connected via USB, even though there is something here, yeah, XLR connected. It's just for the view, for it not to be like looking silly. I can disconnect for the hole not to be there. It looks ugly with the hole visible. So I just connect this, but it means absolutely nothing. So why I chose this one? Because like you have everything in one microphone. You have USB connection, so it cancels the need of the interface, audio interface. I have many of the interfaces, but none of them was like really ideal for me. And they all, because I have the problems with the ground, they all caught some sort of the interferences sometimes, and I could clearly hear it. Also, my interfaces, they're in like of the mute button, and here the mute button is just on this microphone. So yeah, it's very, very sometimes useful, yeah. Also, you can connect earphones just to the mic, and it looks good. As for me, it looks nice, especially white color. I like something unusual. It fits, I think, my studio overall, my concept of the bright studio, yeah, not the dark, even though I sometimes like dark, but I think black microphones are pretty much standard. And the most important thing is this application where I can set everything. So this I have limiter, so even if I'm screaming, there is like the microphone is not picking up. You can change the tone, you can adjust monitoring volume, and this one is the most important thing, the real-time denoiser. It's very calm microphone, and you cannot hear like the noise of the PC fan or something, like just my voice, and it doesn't disturb the voice. I have denoiser plugins separately installed, and they all ruin my voice, ruin everything. Like the voice sounds artificially. Here it sounds pretty much okay. I can switch it off. If you wear the headphones, you could hear the noise of the fan, of environment, especially now when the car goes. And now let's switch it on. I think it's nothing. And the voice stays pretty much the same as with the noiser, without the noiser. So this software is awesome. It's so great. And I'm surprised that this kind of the, let's say honestly, cheap microphone 265 has those functions that I need. Exactly what I need. What I need, I have. That's cool. Also, it's very compatible to the software for streaming, like OBS. It's OBS approved, so it's not lagging. It records very well, so it's nice. Windscreen. Separately, you can order the windscreen, but I don't think I need some This windscreen is okay. So yeah, this mic is outstanding. I like it a lot. And also I can pop like sometimes I have like this pop sound, but not too much. Yeah. Also, I use the plugin installed in on OBS. It's called Loud Max, and it really helps to stabilize. Then I whisper. It goes a little bit higher. Then I scream. It goes a little bit down. Nowadays, everyone has pocket watch, so also called mobile phone. Yeah, Echo. I watch every one of your YouTube videos since the start of the war. I'm glad you're better mood than you were in your recent film Feeding Russia video. Feeding Russia? Yeah. Don't let the haters hear. Thank you. Yeah, it was just emotional. I maybe drank too much coffee. I was over exaggerated and recorded that one. Good main channel videos recently. Thank you, Kazumok. You sound clear and nice. Goodbye. Yeah. This mic, like, it's not ideal microphone. I honestly don't like how it sounds, but it sounds concentrated on the voice. Okay, so that's what I need. I have a very expensive microphone, but now I stopped using it because it's very complicated for the job that I do. I want to have less things for the processing. Okay, just press the button, record. I think you would like in this black one. What is this? What is Invincia 1953? What is this? But it's very cheap. I don't think there is a good. No. It's like Invincia. You mean phone? You mean watches? Sorry. Yeah, it also looks like Rolex, but you see the different arrow. So it's very cheap. It looks cheap. It's understandable. Yeah, Gravana looks pretty much different. This looks cheap. Yeah. Where is the rectangular mic, Dennis? You mean big black one? BBM, big black microphone. It's over there in this cupboard, and it's relaxing. Oh, maybe someday I will record on that, but I like this one for now. Then can we see the cup? Yeah, it's the cup. Iron Maiden. This one I got on ZurichCon. The cup itself is metal, like it goes like that. It keeps tea warm for a long time. So that's the cup itself, and this is the cover. Yeah, it goes like this. I think it's less than a liter, maybe 750 milligrams. But it keeps tea warmer for a long time. Just remember me, I saw a YouTuber called Mashul Miku. She's hilarious. Reminded me, I saw a YouTuber. What camera do you use? Well, this one, I guess I can show you like that. That's my camera. I just took the photo. It's Sony 7C. The first modification. Let me show you. I wonder what's the price of this right now. No, not C. It's the C1 modification. They don't sell it any longer, it seems like. Or is it for sale? I wonder. Yeah, it's like this one. But why it's so expensive? It was less than 1,000. Well, I have full black. There is Mark II. I have Mark I. Mark I black, not with this silver thing. That's I use for as a web camera. Before I used Elgato web camera and the videos were crappy. But this one I use. This one is good. I also bought the special good lens for it to be really good. I think it's. Let me check. Yeah, I don't honestly see. I need to get it closer to it, or maybe even remove. The lens is I bought from Japan. It's Sigma something 34, I think, millimeter or 35. I don't remember. The lens is it's kind of expensive. Also, I have this camera. I'm filming on it outside. This is Sony also, Sony Alpha 7 III. Outstanding camera, really nice. I just put some stickers too, because I like it. Also, for filming outside, I have Action 5 and Action 4, two of the cameras, and now it's gonna be Action 6 released in 3 days. Maybe I should buy it, maybe not. I'll see reviews. But this one I used for hiking vlogs. And by the way, let me show you some videos. I just don't have time to edit those. I'm always busy, but let me show you on the stream, like unedited director version, yeah? So yeah, we have it here. So maybe to go here once again. Just fascinating. It was my hike to the mountains the last time. At first I didn't understand, like there was the Alpschwein. Interesting. Alpschwein means, like, you see this one. Oh shit. You see Alpschwein. I thought like it's Alps wine. I read it first, like Alp wine, so the wine from Alps, but actually it's Alpschwein. Schwein means Alp pig. What, chat? Good evening, Denys. So chat slow green. Good evening, Tilt. So yeah, I was hiking and I see like this camera is not ideal. Like it's still lack of the details. And oh yeah, they have a good barbecue there. You see how it is equipped. Nice. And someone collects this used coal here. Yeah, people are coming to collect the coal, special people. So the taxes are paid also to maintain this kind of the infrastructure in the mountains. It's just me carrying camera, but and now I'll cut it. Like then I see someone, I just put the camera down. That's why it goes up, down. I film just occasionally, just not to turn off the camera. Oh, that's my food. So here is my. This is goulash. Was kind of tasty. Goulash, salad, and tea. Meal for today. And that's the mountain behind. I think it's called Methane. It's 1,880 or 98 meters. So almost 1,900 meters. Denys, I have a question for you. Do you think President Zelensky delayed the summer counteroffensive because he was waiting for fighter jets? Maybe. I'm not sure. What do you mean? In 2023, or do you think strikes on Venezuela will happen? Yes, I think so. But landing operation, I don't think so. Toblerone Mountain. Toblerone Mountain is Matterhorn. This one is Methane. I want to make pasta F soup. Okay. That's the spoon. Yeah, that's the spoon. Well, this camera is also nice, I would say. As for the small action camera, the picture is good, and I don't have to bother with what? With settings, yeah? Where is the tip of the mountain? Oh, that's the helicopter was flying. It's on the way back already. Yeah, that's Rega. Nice. Actually, they've flown like maybe 5 landings they've done, and I thought like, oh, maybe they're there for training, but no. Yeah, that's helicopter. They were helicopter evacuating someone. Yeah, and I was filming them. Like, I will still put this video. I don't know. Like, but I will not show the faces. I cannot film the patient according to the rules, but yeah, the helicopter from this side is pretty much okay, I think. And this guy was like, "Don't film." But actually, according to the Swiss rules, if you're not filming faces and you cannot define his face from this distance, of course, well, I'll extra blur just in case. Actually, you can film the helicopter if you're just walking, you know, if you're not interfering with their operation. So there was no patient. You see, it's behind, and yeah, it's kind of sad that they took someone from. I thought that I was filming because I thought it's the training mission, you know, because they landed like 5 of the times. They were flying like 5 times, do. But it was actually a rescue mission. I think maybe someone felt bad because there were many elderly guys. I was surprised that there were people who are, I think they look like 80 years old, you know? 80 years old and they still climb that mountain. It's crazy. And this mountain is not for everyone, I think. Need to get on the top, on the very top. Kind of tricky. That's the very top of the mountain. Just don't need to look down, and going back will be more difficult for me. Oh shit! More difficult for me because I will look downstairs. Now it's fine. Almost reached the top. Almost there. Almost. For me, it was exhausting. It was the highest mountain I climbed. Still, it's like a tourist mountain. You see the views, it's fantastic. Really nice. 1,898 meters. That's quite high. And then you look at this mountain from the ground, it looks very big. Very, very big. I'm happy that I climbed that high. But those mountains, like, you are on their level. Also, there is the snow on this mountain as well, but from the other side. So I want to edit this video. It was a long trip. All the day I spent there. Like this is the same mountain. Yeah, I climbed. So this here is also like partially snow. And this the road is very stony. Yeah, the road is very stony, as you can see. Stones. They're like horizontal, yeah? So yeah, there are the stones and you climb on those stones. So for sure you need to have good shoes to climb there. Chose the wrong path. Maybe I should... I can feel some of the noise and it's a little bit down. The trails are very narrow actually. I wonder where are the trails. Okay, that's the snowy part. Even some of the snow. Well, hopefully sometimes you have those chains, sometimes you don't have. Depends. So yeah, but actually it's nice. It's fine. Well, or something, but it's except of those two trees, it's a nice way. I think it's for the paraglider. It's the good starting point. That's what I mean. All right, and that's the mountain itself. Like it looks small on this one, but there is the house. Like, and it's like a restaurant. They built a restaurant there, and I wonder how they. At first, I wondered how they get everything to the place. Maybe they have the separate cargo cable road, the small one usually they have. But no, they call for helicopter. There is the small landing spot, or maybe even hovering spot. I think after a landing spot, like the special place where helicopter lands or hovers to deliver the goods for this restaurant. That's crazy. Jimmy, what do you want? What I don't understand. What do you mean? Can Ukraine collapse Russia's energy grid? No, Russia is too big. Send a message to Jens Stoltenberg office that he should resign, retire if he does not approve the financing for Ukraine. Yeah. Not an affordable service, I assume. Yeah, and this restaurant, it's actually small. Like I mean, small for products. You don't have lots of the choices. I wanted to get Cola Zero and it wasn't there. Like they were, like it's very, very basic restaurant for everything. But it's helicopter delivery there of the goods and I think of personnel as well. Maybe they sleep there in the same restaurant house. This one is hotel. And probably I'm gonna show you like where is this place if I'll try to find it on the map. Okay, so I go there via Zurich, where is Switzerland. Via Zurich, I travel on this road, then I turn here. Here. I was taking this highway 3. Then I think some Stagern, Schindelegi here, and here I turn to Kantonstrasse and Siedeln, and I guess across this lake, and then here Unterberg, and this is the mountain. I climbed. Thanks for following, Norberto. Yeah, this is the mountain, and this is this specific restaurant. And here is the helicopter landing spot. And it goes down like very steep here. This is the trail. It goes here, goes here, and all the way down here. And the trail is like, it's really exhausting. And this is this hotel. You see, this is this hotel, and there is the mountain. Yeah, I found it. And I parked my car not here. Here. There's the big parking spot. You park the car, and it's like 40 minutes walk to reach the mountain, 40. And climbing, I guess, 1 hour and a half on top. And descending also 1 hour, maybe 10 minutes. and coming back again 40 minutes. So it's like all the day from here to here climbing. But that's the biggest mountain in this area. Kleiner Mitten and Grosser Mitten. So smaller Mitten and Grosser Mitten. And between there is Zvršet Mitten. Some middle mountain? And what we have, what canton is this? Hell, I know what is this canton. There is the border between Schwyz, Zug, Schwyz. This is Zug canton, where the taxes are the lowest, by the way. This is Zug city. And this is Canton Schwyz. And this is Lake of Lucerne, I think, yeah. Lake of Lucerne, and this is another canton. I like Canton Uri because there, and Glarus also, because there are lots of them big mountains. So the view is nice from this mitten on this Ingebol, or what is this? Yeah, some Ingebol and Schwyz city itself, and those two lakes, Lucerne Lake. The city of Lucerne is over here. And this is the lake, Lucerne Lake. It has a very interesting form. So yeah, sometimes I go here. Maybe next time I'll, like from Zurich, from the place I live, there are not many mountains, you see. I do not live in Zurich, but I cannot state where I live, but not far away from Zurich. And in the place where I live, there are not many mountains. So I usually go somewhere here. Like take this road, and here. It's the shortest distance for me. I also saw like there is Valency, and there are also like the mountains here. Also here it's very beautiful. Maybe I'm gonna climb something like Matchstock or something. So Federich Speed. So something not far away from the main road. Here I filmed this. This I think it's called Clausen Pass. This valley here to the same Lucerne Lake. And also I was in Furka Pass. Furka Pass, I didn't film it, but it's already closed for the winter time. So this is Clausen Pass, and I think it's here somewhere. Yeah, I think it's here, Furka Pass, yeah. There's the very interesting place where James Bond movie was filmed. It's here, this hotel. Yeah, this hotel was filmed in one of the James Bond's movie. It's kind of ugly at winter. Is it open at winter, or maybe it's early spring or autumn? And there is the Gleis. Gleis, it's like the ice, yeah, Gleis. This kind of old Gleis. It goes from the mountain, and it's very high here. Very, very high. Canton Bern and Valais. Darmstock. It's cool there. Those mountains are really huge. The place with, but it's kind of dangerous also, yeah. So this place, and the Gleis goes down. Very beautiful, but then you see those mountains, they're so big. It's so beautiful there. The lake, and they are really huge, those mountains. I wonder how people go there. Well, if they want, I think they go. Reaching the top. I think they repeat those photos, no? That's funny. So yeah, and the snow there is all year long. Like of course, if you have this glides. So here is also some of the glides. So those mountains are the highest here. They form. I would like also to check out Matterhorn. By the way, more people are dying in Matterhorn compared to Everest. I was surprised about this information. This is what Toblerone chocolate, yeah? This is the thing. Very beautiful mountain. I didn't see it in real life. It's far away from me. But it's great, I understand. I think for me it's like 3 hours drive there. Yeah, I saw like people also camping at this lake, and then this is very, but it's not easy mountain. Yeah, Toblerone. It's not easy mountain to climb, as you may understand. Yeah. Someone is flying on a drone. Yeah, I think it's not easy to climb after all. FPV drone. Just speed it up video. Yeah, it looks amazing. I would like to visit the place at least once. And Mont Blanc is like it forms this forms Matterhorn. It goes with the same line as Mont Blanc, yeah, the biggest, the highest mountain of Europe, Mont Blanc, and yeah, this is very huge, and it's ski resort out there, of course. This one is not so sexy, but still nice. Nice. Also, the clouds downstairs. It's on the French side already. Mont Blanc. So yeah, maybe gonna visit some Matterhorn, and there is Zermatt, the ski resort, the most expensive. This is the village of Zermatt, and of course it's the big ski resort, and the ski season has already started there because it's high in the mountains. But yeah, it's expensive, the most expensive, even more expensive than in Davos. Davos is... Where is Davos? I need to go to Davos, by the way. I forgot my ski boots there. Well, I like Davos. I like it a lot for the skis. And it's like more or less affordable if you're not like too much professional skier, if you need like just lower mountains. Oh, here we have Davos. And basically you go with the train. There is the station where is the station? I think it isn't. Yeah, this is the station. I think it's called Davosdorf. Should be called Davosdorf. So you go as far as maybe it's here after all. From the station, and it's right away like lifters. Right away out there. Where is that parking? There is the big parking. Davos Spital. Kind of strange. Cannot figure out somehow. Alpenhof Davos. Yeah, I think Alpenhof Davos. Yeah, this is the parking. So this is the parking, and this is the Davos Platz. It's called Davos Platz. And immediately here are the lifters, small lifters, ski lift, and it goes up here. This is the big lift, and I ski on this part of the mountain. 2000 with something, the maximum altitude. Yeah. I forgot my boots there in the shop. I think one day of skiing is maybe 60 francs, maybe 50 francs. If like one day, if there is the ski pass for 1 week or 1 month, it's of course cheaper. But I'm not like last year. I think I visited, like I skied in Davos. I think 2 times or 3 times. That's it. But I like this place. Really nice and beautiful. Very long ski routes. It's nice. Skis. Skis are skis. Show that the desert just have to go on the mountain someday. Spring. It's weird, so hot in the valley, and look up and see the snow. Yeah, yeah. A snowboard saved in half. Yeah, a snowboard saved in half. Those are skis. Don't remember which movie it was. I don't think you can get it. Get one without climbing gear. Yeah, yeah, without climbing gear, absolutely. Hi, Byron. How are you doing? I think I need to check the recent news. I think it's enough for today's intro. One hour of blah blah blah. I was just speaking about random stuff. Um, just to wait people to join. In 2025, Russia became the third largest gas supplier to European Union. Yeah, I already tweeted those news on Telegram. In January-September, the European Union imported gas for 10.6 billion euros from Russia. That's 1.6% more than the last year. Russia's share in total imports was 16.1%. So Europe says that it wants to purchase less of the Russian fossil fuels, but at the same time, it imports more of the Russian gas. Yeah. At the same time, the European Union reminds that it's planned to completely abandon Russian gas by the end of 2027. Something tells me that they will extend the date because they really purchase it a lot. Do you miss pilot? I find such an awesome job. Yeah, I miss my pilot career, but I now have more freedom, let's be honest. On my YouTube channels. Is Ukraine just going to play defense until Russia collapses, or will there be another offensive? I think defense is only variant for Ukraine with the current resources available. Ukraine will join the European Union in early 30s. Early 30s, it's like in 5 years and after. Polish Foreign Minister Sikorski, he's not that competent to decide. We'll see. They promised for us to join since 2000s, I remember. Novokuybышevsk, Samara region, some sort of decabooms. Okay. This is tweet from Elon. It's just gonna show you. You're so proud of one-liners you wrote. This is for Donald Trump. Then they had some argument. You're so proud of one-liners you wrote. It must be hard to talk shit with a dick in your throat. Mark this post for future. The truth will come out. Is it this? Is it relative to this one? Just with the current, email leaks. Maybe it's just a joke about Booba, or maybe not. Booba jokes. I'm waiting for someone on SMC. Use Taco Hawks. Taco Hawks. That's what they want to supply. Then is Russia just entered Hulaypola with saboteurs? Really? I should check the information about it. I'm so sorry. Boom. Okay, we have more information about Venezuela. I want to film a separate video about it. You said about Hulaypola, yeah? Well, I don't have the news about it for now. We'll see. Yeah, there are warnings in many of the Russian cities for the drones. I don't see the news. Let's check out the deep state analysis. Well, there was the information today, not about Hulaypola, but Novopavlivka. Maybe I'm gonna show you the map. About Hulaypola, I don't have this one. So yeah. About the sabotage groups in Hulaypola. Hulaypola, I think, is still far away. Should be far away. My Kosk also doesn't tell us anything. Well, I'm gonna open the deep state. Like, deep state gives the info about this, about Novopavlivka. Definitely, Russians went there with armored vehicles even. They used the fog, morning fog. Fog is out there already for 1 week during the morning time. So, but it was not successful. Like, maybe some infantry is still there, but Ukraine worked with drones, and I'm gonna film a separate video about this one. Novopavlivka. Yeah, Novopavlivka. Yeah, it was definitely Hulaypola. Well, still, it's like not unreal for Russians to get there. Yeah, the gray area is how much? 4 kilometers. Maybe they can do it even here, but to cross into the main part of the settlement, they need to go through this very narrow bottleneck, the bridge itself. Here, or I guess there is one more bridge somewhere here. Just secondary, it's not shown here on the map. So for Russians, it will be harder here with Hulaypola. Maybe they should go from the flanks. Now they're creating this pocket. But here, yeah, Novopavlivka, definitely they went there. I just wanna see, like, deep state shows some sort of the map. Vorog, okay, the assault happened in Novopavlivka. They used the weather conditions, poor visibility. Russians organized pontoon crossroad between Yalta and Dachne. and they sent 10 of the vehicles. Sadly, our guys recognized those very late. That's why enemy was capable to go to Novopavlovka in the central and the southern area. The part of the village, the Russian troopers landed in the part of this village, and they went all around the local buildings, so vanished there. Yeah, they are hiding still, I guess. As for 14th of, now it's 15th already, yeah, 14th November, it is reported about one kaboom of the Russian tank and one kaboom of BMP. I think they just landed the forces, those 10 vehicles, as they say, and they withdrawn. Maybe it was the second wave already. Then our guys attacked them. So Russia has losses, nevertheless. The destiny of the rest of the out of 10 vehicles is unknown, but I guess they just turn away. The idea is to land infantry and turn away. Turn back. That's what they did. Now our guys are operating to kaput those guys who landed, yeah, Russians. Also, we don't know. Also there was the second wave. The second wave, they say. Also vehicles, yeah. So it's not just one occasion then Russians landed there. There was the second wave. One more time, they say. That's why we don't know how many people there, but it's not 2-3 Russian soldiers, as they say. It's could be many, yeah. So for now, it's like that. Yeah, definitely there was the landing operation of the Russian army. My God, quite successful one. I may say, if they lost just one BMP and one tank and landed their forces. Volgograd. Russian air defense or what? This noise is hell. Yeah, so maybe drone hit the building because it's too high. Maybe Russian air defense. Who knows? It's a war. I think drone, yeah. Maybe drone, yeah. Just the building is high, so it was hit. Yeah, Russia hits Ukraine. Russia started this war, so they're responsible for it. Of course. Well, they hit 5 of the buildings, at least in Kiev, unaliving many Ukrainians, so I'm pretty much okay with this view. Happens, Russians, happens. That's the special military operation. It goes according to plan. Yeah, so we have those news. Hi, Kim. That's bad. I'm stopping imports and all, but still Hungary plus Slovakia, Russians. Yeah. They love Russia. Max 25 report. Samara attack on oil refinery according to local. Yeah. Samara. So Ukraine wants to intensify the strikes on that one because, yeah, Samara refinery is actually not working. Oh, the video is doing great. So then we have the positive news, people watch me. Then we have the bad news, people don't watch me. The mathematics is understandable. But sadly, I have to film about bad news too. Hi, crazy kid Slaughtering. Hi, Gran Gething. Russians still have electricity. If they are unable to shut Ukraine down completely for electricity, just imagine big Russian how Like, but there is no way Ukraine blackouts in entire Russia. Of course, it's not possible. But some troubles for Moscow, I think Ukraine is capable to do. Especially with Neptune missiles, they're quite capable. And I'm still waiting for videos from FP1 drones, which were used on Novorossiysk. Yeah, Volgograd is crazy. It's crazy what is happening. Russians, what is happening? This one, to upset terminal. After strike, the oil terminal is empty. So to upset is not working as well, it seems like. Novorossiysk is not working. To upset not working. Major retailer green is melting down so much, so like it's crazy. I think I should record one more video about this conflict between her and President Trump. I'm now being what is she saying? Like, good morning. I want to thank everyone who texted and posted and commented support for me. You all are so kind. I appreciate love and support for you. I never thought that fighting to release the Epstein files, defending women who were victims of rape, and fighting to expose the web of rich, powerful elites would have caused this. But here we are. So she already says about Donald Trump as the rich, powerful elite. He really is. He is really familiar. He was not Republican the entire time. Like, just then he wanted to be elected, he joined the Republican Party. And it truly speaks for itself. There needs to be a new way forward. The toxic political industrial complex thrives on ripping us all apart, but never delivers anything good for the American people whom I love. The PIC tells us to hate each other. Who is PIC? Pilot in command? Usually I understand this letter. She still thinks Donny isn't implicated. Yeah. She's new green. Yeah. The PSC tells us to hate each other, fundraises of why we have to hate each other, and pits Americans against each other to the point of violence and near civil war. Wow! What happened, Major Retailer Green? Is she, like, we all were telling her about that before, that Trump is creating this internal confrontation in American society. But she's like nuclear MAGA, and now she freaks out. This is also wrong. Now she feels it. We can have our own differences and differing opinions, but we can still love and respect one another. We have far more in common than we have apart. I believe in American people more than I believe in any leader or political party, and the American people deserve so much better than how they have been treated by both sides of the aisle. The way forward is America first, America only. Okay. I'm now being contacted by private security firms with warnings for my safety. Wow. And as a hotbed of threats against me are being fueled and aged on my the most powerful man in the world. Oh, this is total meltdown. Oh my god. The man I supported and helped get elected. Aggressive rhetorics attacking me has historically led to the death threats, multiple convictions of men who were radicalized by the same time type rhetorics being directed at me right now. Oh my god. She was doxxed or what? Trump is sending his MAGA men. This time by the President of the United States. As a woman, I take threats from men seriously. What? She says like a liberal. If someone would say that like a few months ago to her, like threats from she would say, oh, you're fucking lefty, you're liberal. And she uses now the same rhetorics that she got offended by men. Oh my god, maybe she will color her hair in a different color. Yeah. Oh, it's backfired pretty much well. Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. I now have a small understanding of the fear and pressure the women who are victims of Jeffrey Epstein and his cabal must feel. Oh shit. And she compares now Jeffrey Epstein with, like, she calls president really a predator. Oh shit. As a Republican who overwhelmingly votes for President Trump's bill and agenda, this aggression against me, which also fuels the venomous nature of his radical internet trolls, many of whom are paid. Ugh. This is completely shocking to everyone. My phone is blowing up with constant amazing support. I'm so thankful. The politician industrial complex and the toxic violent nature of American politics must end. Our country is worth saving, blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. That's interesting. She got what she deserves, yeah. She really feels it now. What can I say? And if Trump goes nuclear on her, on his supporters, people who actually, in a way, the man I supported and helped get elected. Yeah, little by little, everyone helped of those influencers, and now they feel Donny. The Donny doesn't want those files to be released by any sort of the cause. He is willing even to create this some sort of the drama between him and Taylor Greene, who just one of those Republicans who support the release of the files. Did someone told her hold her hostage? No, but she complains. She was like, those are allegations similar to essays, you know. Now the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try and deflect from their. Okay, that's the old post, and what she said here, it's 2 hours ago. The ratio of this post should serve as the ultimate warning to all of my Republican colleagues. You vote no on Tuesday to release the Epstein files and face severe outrage from America. Republicans don't have support from women, and this right here is perfect example of why. Someone... Tory, I'll be voting no for Epstein hoax. The Democrats are using the Epstein hoax to distract us from the winning of President Trump and his administration. Really? President Trump is standby. What? Thanks for membership gifts, Till. What is this? The graph. My heart is with Americans who struggle to afford a little America today. Okay. Never give up our freedoms, never let left steal them away. Again, left. She's been accused of being left. She's accusing someone of being left. Everyone is left. They are only right. Be a watchman of the wall and stay on guard. Is she really a woman? Jesus. Hoax? Yeah, that's what Trump says. But this is funny. Like this meltdown post, like how to say meltdown, yeah. This was crazy, but this one is crazier. Which one? Maybe this, yeah. About the man I supported. Like, no, this one. As a woman, I take threats from men seriously. This is hilarious. From her, it sounds hilarious, yeah. It's crazy. I should record one more video after what she and Trump. I think Trump already posted. Like I reposted it on my channel. It's very short. Where is it, by the way? Oh, here we go. Marjorie Taylor Greene, traitor Greene, is a disgrace to our great Republican Party. This is so nice. Like Elon versus Donny, Taylor Greene versus Donny. Nice. Major Taylor Greene and Trump will settle. Yeah, I think maybe MAGA is imploding. Yeah. It seems she generally believed MAGA was the good guys and she got stuck with truth. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. MG Revergence, the musical. Thank you. Conservative, well, will just highlight all Democrats in the Epstein files. Liberals, yes, good. Let's hold everyone accountable. Conservative, even Bill Clinton and Bill Gates. Liberals, that's a good start, but go after Trump just as hard. Conservatives, silent. Yes, actually, you see, like those so-called liberals, leftists, Democrats, they're supporting to release everything. I guess that's what I see. Like they vote for total release. They want total. The only party against is mainly Republican Party. Yeah, just 4 people support that the release from their side. It's crazy. And they say that it's all hoax. Hoax. Seems like emails at least were legitimate. Yeah, those are look real. About Buba, especially Putin Buba photos. Do you think that Putin has something on Trump, like photos, videos, something he can release to prove that he was in Epstein case involved? Now Trump will have to start a war to cover up the files. Yes. Tell me, guys, how is it working? So Congress, let's say they will take this on this occasion on Tuesday. They'll vote for release, yeah, of the Epstein files. Then it's gonna be Senate, yeah, Congress, Senate next, and after it, Donny. I think it goes like that, yeah. So without Senate and without Donny's approvals, those will not be released, right? If just Congress supports that. Steve Bannon is involved heavily. Yeah. He is out there in the letters. Yeah. My dad caddy is at Trump's golf course here. He caddied for Trump secretly. First time he ran for press, he didn't think he'd get elected. He just wanted to shake things up. True story. Yeah, I also heard about it. Like, yeah. Yeah, definitely. If Donny doesn't sign, it will go back to Senate. And what is next? Congress can do it alone. I see. 2/3 to overdraw. 2/3. It's unreal. I think, because there are many of them Republicans. But it depends on the drama and scandal by the time. So then Putin can expose Trump right now. Maybe he waits. He still waits. He still thinks that he might do something with Trump, to push Ukraine with the help of the Trump. Just like Stalin, Trump seems to have gotten himself surrounded with incompetent people, and there is a result of the Epstein files backfiring on him. Yeah. I think Trump did a mistake going for president in his life. I think it was a mistake. If definitely Epstein files prove that he's involved. Like 100%, we cannot say that he's in Epstein files until he those files are being released. But he tries to defend the release so freaking much that it's like a side evidence also could be used that all the people, like not his supporters, but all the rest of the people are almost sure that he is in the list, and they want, because of it, release it even more. That's why they wanted. They have that shit long ago. That's why they wanted Trump. Huh? Putin already used it in the meetings. Maybe, yeah, in Alaska, yeah. That's why Donny maybe was a little sad. Where is Elon? Elon, let me check. Where is he? Not on Mars, sadly. Not yet. I follow him on his media. And that's his page. He retweets JD Vance. You should notice rapid improvement in the quality of your timeline almost every week, but there will be 2 steps forward and 1 step back at times. Visual novel with animators, voices, music, be one. Yeah? That's just an advertisement. Try Eve voice of Grok. It's so beautiful. Eve, legit, one of the best voices. Really? Voice mode. I don't know how to use Grok, but voice mode. Grok fast, auto, open camera, customize Grok. I don't know how to change the voice, but that's Grok. Easy to change the voice style, speed. Here. Eve is here. Okay. Is it really nice? Grok. Oh, yeah. Soothing female. Say something again.
Like a goddess, perhaps? Or a queen?
Standard voice, nothing special. He is always like advertising grog. There are very few people on Earth. Living in a big city gives you the illusion that Earth is full, but most of Earth is empty of people. Well, here I agree. Here I agree. What? Probably I cannot show this video. Optimus is going to be one of the biggest equalizers humanity. Oh fuck, equalizers. I remember the movie with this name, and it doesn't really. The movie is dystopian. Back then, every family can access a robot that delivers world-class medical care. It means the quality of your health no longer depends on your income, your zip code, or your background. I get it now. Equalizers of humanity. Ugh. That man is living spam. Yes. Robocop. Did you hear what he said about his robots? That the consciousness of human beings could be digitalized and put in the robots, his robots, and they can live forever. Ugh, I would rather die than to live in this Tesla bot. Oh shit. That's so dystopian, really. So dystopian. Look up the photos. This one? SpaceX. Watch Falcon. Yeah, actually, all of our consciousness is like, it's data, yeah? Our memory, how we perceive this world. So, actually, it could be digitalized. But also our behavior depends on chemical reactions in the body, in the brain. I don't think that it's like copy-paste would work, really. At least the brain, I don't know. It's even beyond the Ghost of the Shell sci-fi experience. Don't give Putin ideas. Yeah. These guys and their AI is so fucking stupid. It's like their brains never develop past the toddler stage. Yeah. Shouldn't be showing us your robots. They're not ready in the slightest. I have read about AI, honestly, because humans can extinct if it is really like, what's the difference between AI individuality, like advanced, really advanced AI, not the shit that we have right now. It's not even AI. They call it AI, but it's not AI. It's just network database, all of those chats, etc. The real AI is like self-consciousness, yeah? And what's the difference between human self-consciousness and that self-consciousness? If we speak about consuming is very important. Because for those elite, in this case, it would not matter. The difference would not matter for AI or human being. But AI, maybe they can control better. So it's kind of dystopian thing, whether artificial consciousness can replace natural one. Yeah. But AI is a bubble. I think I watched the video today. I'll try to find it out. It's kind of interesting. The guy is like really interesting. Oh, I want to watch Jake Bro. He just released the video. I usually check out like Jake Bro, those top YouTubers who release something about Ukraine, just to check out if I reviewed everything out there. Maybe I should say about something in the future.
S300 or S400.
Those were S400.
This is the oil terminal. Fantastic video. I wish I could play it for you guys.
So Jake just saying about it. I think I already filmed 3 videos touching this topic. Neptune, yes, Neptune. And he showed, yeah, newly released photos of the thing. Yeah, I also said about it. Actually, it's the record short video, yeah, of Jake Bro. Less than 20 minutes. Jeez. Yeah, 2% of the global trade is down. Refinery, every district, Russia. Yeah, there was the strike on Ukraine the day before yesterday, I guess. And some information about... That's it. It's the record short video, Jake Bro. What happened? Okay, now AI bubble is a bubble. Where I did I saw this AI bubble is the worst than you think. Everyone is speaking about it right now. Maybe this one I saw. I wonder which one I watched. Andrei Zhik.
So President Trump just came up with this.
No,
so I want to show you something that's kind of
not this one, I guess. The state of AI bubble. CoffeeZilla says about it. Kind of the short video. Maybe I'm gonna watch that one. Like all of the people are saying that it's a bubble. All the influencers familiar with it. Worse than 2008. Like the idea is that those companies, they loan to each other money, describing as AI. Nvidia is the record. There is the record high for that one, and I think I missed that video. Yeah. But they all count on the government support, something like that. I think CoffeeZilla really tells as it is. So let's watch CoffeeZilla. I didn't watch this video.
Hello, welcome back to The Void. It's business talk time. No, I'm not on fire. Those are just my GPUs. I want to talk about the state of AI. Obviously, everyone's been asking, is it a bubble? Now, as someone who is terminally online, I have looked high and low for every conceivable opinion, and there are a lot of them, and I created a little slideshow. The state of the bubble. First opinion, Jim Cramer, the GOAT, saying, don't listen to the skeptics, keep an open AI mind, and he's a believer.
Even though there are countless AI skeptics, the market clearly believes that OpenAI can afford to spend tens of billions of dollars on AMD's highest-end chips in addition to NVIDIA's chips. I know that I am a believer.
Now, on the other hand, you have people questioning all the amount of investment in these AI companies. Someone actually asked Mark Zuckerberg, you know, all this money you're investing, is it worth it? Mark says, you know, maybe we're gonna misspend, but it's worth the risk.
It's a lot of money. It is, and if we end up misspending a couple of $100 billion,
couple of $100 billion misspending.
I think that is going to be very unfortunate, obviously. But what I'd say is I actually think the risk is higher on the other side. If you build too slowly, and then super intelligence is possible in 3 years, but you built it out assuming it would be there in 5 years, then you're just out of position on what I think is going to be the most important technology that enables the most.
The idea that we're now not closer, I think, to this super intelligence. Well, maybe some of the companies, they're working towards that direction, but what we have, the product right now, is just neural networks database, similar to, like it works on blockchain technology, mostly, analyzing the data from multiple of the servers, from internet, and it gives us the answers, like ChatGPT, and similar to that feature, also used for commercial use. It's called AI, but it's not AI. This is just a database that gives and simplifies the answer for us. It cannot think, it cannot make decisions. It's just useless for now. So the super intelligence is somewhere in perspective, and he says, okay, we're gonna misspend 200 billion for its around 200 billion for its advancing of AI. Maybe we're gonna fail, maybe we're not gonna fail, but it's worth risking because there may be competitors from other countries, like I think China, also looking to have this super intelligence. Well, I don't know, but it looks like then you invest into something, some perspective which is very distant or has nothing to do with reality. It looks like a bubble, as for me. But we'll see.
Most new products and innovation and value creation in history.
Obviously, it's from a CEO's perspective in big tech. You have to get on board the ship just in case it takes off and becomes the biggest product ever. But then you also have people, outsiders maybe like Hank Green, who are looking at a series of bubbles and saying maybe this is a bubble.
It took a little bit of time for me to parse. And once I did, it kind of terrified me. I'm going to show it to you as well. What a good little visualization we have on our hands here. How NVIDIA and OpenAI fuel the AI money machine. It just seems messy. It seems like bubble mechanics to me, you guys.
So yeah, Hank Green says maybe looks like bubble mechanics. I'm going to remind you guys that we're doing short clips here, so I'll leave the links to the full things below if you want to watch the full videos, get their whole perspective on the thing. This is obviously a very truncated version of that. I'm just trying to give you a sense of the wide variety of takes on this whole thing. We have Paul Tudor Jones saying that if there's a bubble, it's a very small bubble.
54% of fund managers think that we're in an AI bubble. If it's a bubble, it's a small one. If you think about the bubbles of the past 3 or 4 decades, the Nikkei in 89, NASDAQ in 99, biotech 2000, just after 2011, 12, China 2007, all those were 400 to 600% gains. The NASDAQ's up 200% off the bottom. So I don't know whether we're going to blow off like we did in 1999. Is it possible? Are all the ingredients in place?
By the way, AI, the companies which are connected with AI and everything around AI, if you speak about S&P index, the AI companies are 40% at least. So if it is bubble, it's not a small one. It's a huge one. It will influence everyone if it explodes.
I think clearly they are. For me, the one thing that you can never, ever forget is that a year from today, assuming that the president gets his wishes, that the Fed funds rate's going to probably be 2.5% overnight rates or 2.75. That's a really compelling story for higher equity prices.
So there you go. All the ingredients might be in place, but it could go higher from here.
I really like the smoke from the aft part. really, really nice. Actually, I would like to have this kind of the studio, just dark background and the lights on you. Like, it's very, very interesting. Maybe I should try to make. I like my studio actually a little more.
Paul's point because of some macroeconomics. Then you also have the perspective that actually it's a huge bubble, not a small one. According to one analyst, the AI bubble is 17 times the size of the dot-com frenzy and 4 times the subprime. And then you even have takes that like, yes, it's a bubble, but it's not going to pop yet. I've seen that a lot.
Are we in an AI bubble? Of course. Right? We were into that bubble. Of course we are. I mean, we're hyped, we're accelerating, we're putting enormous leverage into the system. That said, I don't see it ending for several years.
On top of that, of course, we have the opinion, I didn't represent it too much here, but that it's a bubble and that it's bad. This is probably most spearheaded by Ed Zitron.
Oh, God. So .com stuff once again. Everyone believes in this shit. Yeah, build your own power network and don't leech on us. I saw the video. Then PewDiePie built his own AI with his several graphic processors. He freaking built his own AI. He could earn billions if he like properly advertise it, promote it, do something with larger scale, higher team of at least few of the people. PewDiePie AI or something, I don't know. So as if he can do it, those creepy nerds and corporations, of course, they can do it better and promote it in the way it is everywhere. But actually, this is the shitty freaking, even this shitty ChatGPT is the shitty thing. It gives so many wrong answers. It gives so much disinformation, misinformation that you always have to cross-check it with real sources and look it for yourself. Not always, I would say. After all, ChatGPT simplifies the work, but you always need to cross-check it. And it misunderstands you, it gives you wrong information, and doesn't, in 50-50, it's like, for me. In some of the occasions, it gives okay information, and some of the occasions, total bullshit. So even if you speak about the most advanced application of so-called AI, ChatGPT, it doesn't work well. Grok, same shit. Grok just may give you more rumors because it has the access to Twitter directly. PDP, yeah, welcome to chat, Euro Snake MMO. What if AI becomes smart enough to pop their own bubbles to short the stock market and own the whole planet? That's interesting idea. But you know, there was like DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Grok, and some other AI. They were told to bet on stock market, and ChatGPT performed the worst, and the best was DeepSeek, Chinese DeepSeek, for this gambling, for stock market gambling. They have an investment portfolio, then it's no. I don't know how to do it. Like maybe I would invest in some shit, military stocks maybe, but I don't know how it works. I don't know how to do it physically, virtually. Yeah, I'm just not into this stuff. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't have bitcoins. I don't have altcoins. I don't have stocks. No. I'm thinking to buy gold. Maybe like few of the grams, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking like very small things, because if the Second World War erupts, at least for gold, for small, maybe even coins, you know, silver coins, gold coins, for that you can at least purchase something. Yes, AI is expert tool at best, not an oracle. Yeah. G. Ravengans, the musical. Thank you so much for subscribing once again. Just a reminder that you subscribe. Thank you. You late for World War II. Yeah, the way I see it, just as a tool to make some workflow be faster. Yeah, ChatGPT really helped me to fill the tax return form. Yeah, it was very nice because I don't know German, so it translated everything for me in the best possible way. It searched some of the information on the internet. It was mistaken in many of the times, so I had to search for the information on the internet myself. Yeah, but finally I made it. So it was, after all, helpful. Not everywhere, but helpful. Just buy wood and copper. Okay. 5 and 4K 3SM, welcome to Twitch. I was raised by a hipper friends. Peppers grew chili peppers and had this map of Afghanistan and was very detailed. Had this trip to hike one the mountains. Vietnam messed up. What? Can you run an experiment with grok for me? Okay. You may ask something. But I want to watch the video first, okay?
The big question is whether or not all of this AI spending is a bubble.
Yes, you have committed to failure. There is no doing this. If they gave every dollar just to Sam Altman, the guy who can't even tell you why you're giving the money to him. No one else has a big business doing this. Even Claude Code with Anthropic, which is theoretically meant to be super popular, 33 million a month. That's less than the Cincinnati Reds make.
Ed's argument basically boils down to they're spending way too much money on AI. It doesn't justify itself in revenues, and perhaps the industry is just a much smaller industry than people are betting on. It's not going to be some $1 trillion industry. And then finally, you have of course, the perspective that yes, it's a bubble, but it's good. It's a good thing that it's a bubble. Actually,
if you go back, like the 90s had a biotech bubble. And there were a bunch of pharma startup companies that were designing drugs and using new techniques, and the world got very excited. The investment world got very excited. As a group, they all lost money. But we did get a couple of life-saving drugs. A bubble like a banking bubble, the crisis in the banking system, that's just bad. That's like 2008.
So if Bezos says that it's a bubble, it means that it's a bubble.
So those bubbles society wants to avoid. The ones that are industrial are not nearly as bad. They could even be good, because when the dust settles and you see who are the winners, society benefits from those inventions. They still get those life-saving drugs. And that's what's going to happen here too. This is real. The benefits to society from AI are going to be gigantic.
Well, there it is. There's all the possible perspectives I could find on AI. It's not a bubble. It is a bubble. It's a small bubble. It's a big bubble. It's a bad bubble. It's a good bubble. And I just want to remind you that nobody really knows what the future holds. Lest you want to go ahead and short the market, just know that timing the market is never really that easy and usually fails. So I'm certainly not advocating anyone run out and change their financial position. I just wanted to summarize what has been confusing me lately, which is that I've been looking at this industry wondering, is it a bubble? And if so, how big? And when is it gonna pop, if ever? And so far, I've heard from a lot of people, some smart, some not, and almost no one agrees. Well, at least on the specifics. I should say, as I was reviewing this, I was like, well, actually, most people think it is a bubble of some kind. It's just like, is it a good bubble, bad? Like, what type is it? That's where everyone disagrees. I will say it was hard to find people who said there's no overspending going on. I think I even found a Sam Altman quote saying that, in a private dinner, he acknowledged that maybe some people are going to overspend. So I think most people who are paying attention, I guess I should say, will admit it's frothy. But exactly how bad things are, how unsustainable things are, is where everyone just kind of wildly disagrees. And yeah, that's the state of the bubble.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was interesting. Bezos AI slop good. Yeah, AI slop. Do you have Freud with IMK? He talked badly of you and accused you of deceiving your audience in video. Fuck him. I know who we're talking about, but fuck him, that's it. I don't watch him, I don't listen to him, and I don't know why people... Like, he's pro-Russian, fuck, dumb fuck, that's it. I got so many questions sometimes about other so-called influencers. I prefer not to speak about those at all, not to give them any voice on here, on my media. Spell good channel wrong. Huh? Two messages, okay. Let's try. Nisam. There are lots of the pro-Russian channels who speak about me wrong. I'm quite okay with that. Because they are stupid fucks and they're useful idiots for Russian propaganda. Trying to get some views. That's it. Some attention on speculating on others. I never talk about other influencers on my channel, like very, very rarely, and not about Russians at all. Never mention them on my main channel. And here I speak only because you speak about them. I don't fucking care about those miserable people. I go where there is the most audience and my words have the most impact. Maybe, yeah. Dennis, what do you think of military summary channel? You see, I don't know what is that. I don't watch freaking channels. I try to avoid to watch about wars, conflicts, and stuff from other YouTubers. Only one I think like in a good way. Yeah, my competitor is Jake Bro. Jake Bro, maybe Arthur Rary, maybe Combat Veteran React. So we have similar audience, same audience. Well, maybe the Enforcer, but Enforcer they do live streams, so we're different. I do videos, they do live streams. That's the thing. Ask Grok to the model the universe with an invisible atmosphere using the data of the dark matter, the dark energy and gravity data. Mass is a low pressure in the system and empty space high pressure. Okay. Can I copy your message? You put comma, why? Okay, I'll try to access the Grok here. Grok. Just a moment. I need maybe authentication or something. What do you want? Use equation. Okay, I'll see, and if it goes, do you think it will broken? Do you think it will break down or what? Like here we go. It calculates. I just copied your thing and then ask if it works better than the current models or mirrors predicted movements and find them missing. Do you really think that it will calculate it or what? For me, those are just the numbers. Do you think it will break it down? Grok, I can't make a hit. Yes. It turned to this mode at some time. Now it's pink pony Grok. For parametric kabooms. Football fans don't watch news and okay, it calculates, so it needs some time, then it will calculate. I'll switch it on. Ask Grok, did Donny blow Booba? Yeah, usually people ask that stuff. People like fish, they forget very easily, and it's very what? Very inconvenient to bring things like how Ari was calling Ukraine Jewish Nazis and ask where the biolabs are. Yeah. On my background But they are banned from the games. I am not intelligent, but know some stuff. Do you guys use some of the AI? I think most people, they use ChatGPT. Booba is Bill Clinton. It's his nickname. Grok is still calculating for already 2 minutes. Oh, there is a fascinating and bold way to... What? And now it gives me the answer. There's a fascinating and bold way to reframe cosmology, threatening universe. Like it gives me this thing. Summary table, how the model matches observations. Visible dark matter, extra reflection on the dark field. Yes, same. What? I don't understand it, so maybe it's not for my brain. It's a fun, unfiltered picture. Gravity is just a weather. Is just weather in the dark fluid. Dark matter is deeper, low pressure zones, and dark energy, the frigid tense. What? Like, I don't want to go through it on my stream, I'm sorry. Better than the current models. Okay, I will just for you, I will tell about it. It will calculate. No, your pressure-based invisible atmosphere model does not work better than the current standard models. So, short answer, no. Your pressure-based invisible atmosphere model does not work better than the current standard models. That's what it says. I can show it to you. Brum. Brum. I don't know what it's all about, but you ask me, I put it. ChatGPT with Kimi are best models now. Gemini is best next week. Cloud okay for coding. Oh, I see. I don't know about Kimi. That's not what it told me. Oh, I see. Half lemonade, half tea bag. I used to love the drink. Anytime is some... Any news? World news. Famous Ukrainian volunteer and head of Sternenka Community Foundation, which supplies drones to the front lines, gives the front assessment. We are heading towards a strategic scale catastrophe that could cause our statehood. That is very diplomatic assessment. Oh shit. And he is based on other information too. Alexei Gocherenko, the corruption scandal surrounding Zelensky is being discussed by the whole world. Fox News. Okay. In my opinion, this revelation serves as proof as the Ukrainian anti-corruption system can deal with even the toughest issues. Yeah, it's good that even then Zelensky controls parliament, controls, I would say, everything. In Ukraine, still there are some of the independent institutions capable to at least deal with his friends. Maduro privately offered United States access to a large share of Venezuela's massive oil reserves, about 300 billion barrels, to avoid military confrontation. Trump initially rejected the deal, but a senior official now says those talks still may be alive, and the deployment of the aircraft carrier is partially meant to pressure Maduro for more leverage in the negotiations. Sources: The New York Times. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna repost that because tomorrow, I guess, I'm gonna record the video about this one, about Venezuela stuff. Denys, do you agree with Sternenko that Ukraine may be fully defeated? Like, fully, I don't think so. But Russia may occupy vast part of Ukraine, really vast part of Ukraine. Why I think that like full defeat is not possible? Because people will not accept Russians ruling. Like, it will be partisan war, at least like at the vast part of the territory. That's why if Russia was successful from the very beginning, they would fail with it, even if they occupied Ukraine. And now there is no partisan war because people mostly fled those territories which are being occupied. And after all, those people who were, let's say, neutral or who were supporting Russia since the collapse of the Soviet Union, they stayed there mainly. Or those, like I got the interview with Dylan, he says that some of the men are staying at the occupied territories. They think that they could be drafted on Ukrainian side, could be drafted to army. So they prefer to stay on occupied territory, which is taken by Russia. Sometimes Russians unalive them. It also happens. They think that those are Ukrainian soldiers and they pretend to be civilians. So, but in general, like, Ukraine has so much population and Ukraine so much hates Russians that I don't think it's possible really to occupy entire Ukraine. Well, there is probability even for that, but I don't believe in this. I believe that Russia may occupy the vast part, yes. Maybe they may enter Kyiv once again. Fights in Kyiv, fight for Kyiv, could be, yeah. But Western Ukraine, I think it will be like this separate stuff. Like, the worst case is Western Ukraine will stay Ukraine and the rest will be occupied by Russia, and Russians will use locals as the meat force for their further war. Let's say something like that. So that's the realistic scenario. Without reforms in Ukrainian government and Ukrainian army, it's gonna be real. That's what I think. It's kind of similar to Sternenko, yeah? Rhetorics. I believe Sternenko because he knows what he's talking about. He is, after all, the biggest volunteer in Ukraine. Like, single volunteer, yeah? He has his own organization, but as for the single influencer volunteer, he's the biggest one. He also has a popular YouTube channel, 2 million subscribers. And he is very honest with his opinion, and he speaks with people, those people who fight on the front lines, to whom they deliver drones. So he knows the current situation, and based on his analysis, it's not his analysis. He agrees on someone's analysis. Some officer, I think, published this openly, and he just said, yes, I agree with that, and he added that without reforms or something, there will be the worst case scenario for Russia to enter Zaporizhia, Dnipro, and there is the threat for our statehood. For Russia, the best variant is to collapse Ukraine from inside. And crushing the front lines defense could help with that. So they are penetrating defense, going on vast space area with just few of the defense lines. They go to Zaporizhia. Because of it, there is the internal chaos started to be in Ukraine around Zelensky, corruption scandals. It is not by Russia, done not by Russia, but by Zelensky himself and his friends. So he buried down, so he worsened the situation. I mean, Zelensky. It's him to blame for corruption. But it adds all together, yeah? The collapse of the front lines, corruption, and incompetence of Ukrainian command, as we see in Myrnograd, Pokrov. So it all adds, and Ukraine may explode from inside. So that's the biggest risk, I would say, here. And then it explodes. Riots, meetings, uncontrolled power. So Russia may put its own puppet government. So it's like this kind of the worst scenario I see. Like, I don't like Zelensky. I would like to see different Ukrainian president without those corrupt friends at least. But I understand that right now it's very risky to change Zelensky. Like, this change is only possible voluntarily by Zelensky himself. If he say, "Oh, my friends are corrupt, I should go, I should leave," and appoint someone else, like prime minister, maybe someone who is taking the control in this case. The speaker of the parliament controls in this case, in case of president resigns. So if there are accusations, direct accusations towards Zelensky with evidence presented by Nabu in the future, I think he should resign. For now, well, it's up to him, but if there is definitely like proofs, like Zelensky's Epstein files released that he is involved in corruption, I think he should resign to avoid this internal instability. Because, yeah, you may have the internal instability with elections and attempt to change the government, and you may have even worse internal instability if your president is proven to be corrupt. It will be even worse than changing the president. So in this case, it's better to change him. That's what I think. Because if people will, like, how can you fight against this army, Russian army, if with corrupt president proven to be corrupt? Yeah. So we'll see what Nabu will say. Hopefully it's not the case, but judging from all of his circle, judging from Zelensky's actions, that he tried to cover his friends, even canceling Nabu independence, and it was evident. Chernyshov, who was a godfather of Zelensky's son, he was accused for corruption in summer, and right after it, Zelensky tried to cancel the Nabu independence and also independent anti-corruption prosecution office independence. He was forced to change his decision, but he already signed it to the law. Yeah, I'm canceling those organizations because why? Because there was accusation against very close guy to Zelensky, Chernyshov. And now Chernyshov got second accusation for a different case connected to energy. Previously it was a different case, now it's one more. So he's involved in different corruption schemes, this Chernyshov. And also Mindich, very close friend and so-called wallet of Zelensky. So, like, if you take everyone from Zelensky's circle, those are crazy guys involved in many of the schemes, corruptions, or incompetent. Ivan Bakanov, ex-SBU. So around everyone there is a big scandal. Everyone. So this is very hard time for Ukraine. Indeed, very hard. So those are my thoughts. I see Zelensky go after corruption during this war better than I've seen anyone to do that. I actually don't know anyone. What? His friends were involved in corruption during the war in energy sector. It's already proven. They released the files, audio files. It was proven. The guys were arrested from Zelensky's circle, open cases. And you tell me that he go after corruption? He knew about it. He knew about it. Otherwise, he would not try to cancel Nabu independence by the time there were accusations. Zelensky knew about it. It's 1,000,000%. Yeah, it's mathematically not possible, but he knew about it. And there is the proof that he applied his own sanctions against Nabu. He tried to cancel Nabu. People protested. People were against it. He backtracked. Not just people, but his partners. They say, "Are you mad?" What the Russian ones? Who the Russian ones? The war of the Triple Alliance Paraguay economy was shattered, infrastructure lay in ruins, and overwhelming proportion of the male population perished. Ukraine is following that path sadly. There were some of the parallels. I'm not sure. No one knows what it could be, really. It's hard to predict in this. No one predicted this kind of the investigation, to happen. Give them the east areas they want, but go. No gun force anyone. Territories want to Ukraine. Like Ukraine agrees on ceasefire. Stopping the war at the current front line. The problem goes with Putin. Zelensky should never have been president. He's Jew. Yeah, I also think that it's not that he is a Jew or those who are involved in corrupt schemes. Zelensky's friends, they all have Israeli citizenship. I'm not saying that those are Jews, those are bad. No. But the thing that Ukrainian president, I think after all, he should be Ukrainian. I think so. He or she. At least for now, let's say, at least for now. Yeah, then the Ukraine is very young. It's 30 with something years old. 34. So I think at the initial stage is better to keep Ukrainians in charge. At least they will understand that it's their country. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But seeing those foreign nationalities ruling, it doesn't matter. Those could be like Armenians, Albanians. I don't know. No one really cares. But they use Ukraine as something not there. They do not associate Ukraine with their personality. They have different citizenship, so they just go take the money in Ukraine. By the time of the war, they took the money from the budget, from the contracts to build protection for the electrical substations and the components of energy sector. This is a treason, really. And they just took money and disappeared to Tel Aviv. And it's kind of strange that Zelensky, he posted some of the sanctions against, applied some of the sanctions against those people who left, but in this official document they are listed as Israeli nationals. But according to Israeli law, they cannot deport their nationals on request of some other state. So it seems like Mindich, for example, Zelensky's friend, he left Ukraine as a Ukrainian citizen, but he is being followed, or maybe in the future even persecuted. Well, at least sanctions are applied on him as on Israeli citizen, and Israel will not give Israeli citizen to Ukraine. He should be in the list as a Ukrainian citizen, at least. Like, those sanctions actually will not give Mindich, like, initially. It's not possible to give Mindich back to Ukraine if he is Israeli, listed as Israeli citizen. It's not possible to return him to Ukraine if he is listed like that in the list. He should be Ukrainian. So Mindich, Ukrainian, he left Ukraine, but sanctions applied on Israeli and Mindich. So what? Very strange. And why on 3 years? Just on 3 years? Because I know that there were sanctions applied like unlimited, or on 10 years, but 3 years for the things they've done, it's crazy. And those sanctions are basically about nothing. Even they still have businesses in Ukraine, and this business is okay. Denys, the war in Ukraine was starting to go good for Ukraine. Guess what now you say is especially you are starting to abandon Ukraine. Why? The more the long goes, the more factories make more. But I don't know, it's your view. But I agree with you that Ukraine obtains less military support. European Union alone cannot buy enough weapons from the United States to protect Ukraine, let's say like that. And they have, without America, military support cannot be achieved. Europe doesn't have enough weapons to send to Ukraine. At least they purchase something for like munition for Patriots and stuff like that. I think SBU agent may fix the problems in Tel Aviv with force. Nah, come on. They have their own agents in Tel Aviv, way more powerful than SBU, I guess. It's time to make a deal. Demand Russia guarantees new peace with frozen assets. Also make deal on reparations from the future oil gas. Russia doesn't agree on that. And wait Putin to die. Yeah, the idea is like basic idea how it is better to finish this war. It's for Ukraine is to stop it, to stop the war at the current front lines and wait for Putin to die, for Russian regime to collapse or for Russia to collapse, whatever comes first and whatever circumstances it may bring. But Russia doesn't want to stop. Putin wants to continue. He is very, very comfortable in the war. Then if you watch any sort of the Putin's interview, even then he speaks about during any sort of the occasion. After all, he starts to say about the war, and he is smiling. Every time he speaks about war, he's smiling. He's like this gamer, you know. He likes this challenge. He's in it. He thinks maybe that he's some sort of the warlord, and he says that it has never been such a beautiful time for Russia than it is right now, and that he's only sad about that he hasn't started it before. Not sad, but he how to say this word? It's on my tongue, the tip of the tongue to say. He regrets. He regrets that he hadn't started it before. Yeah. Ukraine captured most of their Russian tanks and war machines in the first counteroffensive in the last year. Yes, their Russian tanks might outnumber Russia. No, those tanks are mainly destroyed already. And it's not like Ukraine captured thousands of the Russian tanks. I think something like 400 captured, and from them 100 with something were serviceable, but still, like, it's quite a lot of the tanks were captured. But it's nothing compared to the number of the Russian tanks they have in their army. Do not overestimate those gains. Heavy metal teacup. Yeah, heavy metal teacup. There is no tea left. I can just pour some water. Yeah, GTA V radio, FM, I also hope, because Belgium for now is against it. Finland has a nuke-proof underground land because Russia always been at it. What? What is your honest opinion on Bandera? You want my honest opinion? Well, I want to warn you, my opinion is based on someone's opinion, okay? So I didn't read any books about Bandera, I didn't dig any sort of the information. What I think that if Guy was fighting, like his army was fighting against Soviets and Germans, I think he is a good guy. That's my opinion. And he was like Ukrainian nationalists for Ukrainian army. I think after all, he is okay. He didn't agree on something with Germany. He spent, I think, 4 years in the German concentration camp. They imprisoned him. He was this political influencer. So that's my opinion, that overall, I don't think he's a bad guy. But again, I didn't research the topic very deep. For me, you know, what was happening there, it's not as interesting as what is happening now. I do not connect that kind of the past to the current events because now Ukrainian territorial integrity was recognized even by Russia. They started the aggression war, and they use the past things to justify their aggression against Nazis, Bandera, whatsoever. No one cares what was back then. Like, they try to connect the events, but I don't freaking care. If you want to speak about history, like, I am quite, I wouldn't say neutral, but a little bit supportive towards Bandera because he wanted to restore, to organize Ukraine as the country. That's it. But I'm not saying that he is some sort of the hero or someone. No. As for me, not. But if he fought against Soviets and his army, Soviets and Germans, maybe he was a good guy, because those Nazis and communists, they're crazy. 1,000 military casualties a day is reckless. However, yes. I had hoped to see Ukrainian army to use land-based drones, heck, even RC cars with small handguns. They are used, yes, but not that much. They're used, yeah. Then it's a question myself, why the EU, instead of spending so much money buying from USA, why not build our military factories for Ukraine now and maybe future defense? It takes time. It takes years or even decades to build military factories and to have those stockpiles to use in this war. Europe barely can handle it till 2035, as approved by German new budget. They want to invest, I think, €500 billion into its own military. And they have the project till 2035 or maybe till 2040. So they would have some sort of the compatible army. So actually, without USA, that's why I'm saying that right now, without USA, it's not possible to support Ukraine military, like fully. Russia doesn't know the concept of peace. It's mentally superior. Nothing should be given to them. Well, that's how they behave, yeah. Does Ukraine have enough men to withstand Russia for long? Potentially, yes. Actually, not. What I mean, like, population is still okay to withstand Russian aggression, but because of multiple of them wrongdoing, let's say, of Ukraine itself, of Ukrainian government, not Ukraine, Ukrainian government, because of multiple wrong decisions, demotivation, corruption, incompetent command, poor military support from allies also, Ukrainian people lost motivation to fight. Mainly. All who volunteered to Ukrainian army either fight, either wounded, or either dead. All of the rest of the people are being mobilized forcibly, mainly. 90% maybe. 10% go still if they obtain paper, okay, maybe I'll go. The rest 90 are being chased, grabbed, taken, so you may imagine the level of motivation. Unfortunately, Ukraine did it itself, mainly, because of the absence of the government reforms, army reforms, corruption. That's what Sternenko says, that's what volunteers says, and low rank of Ukrainian military officers. So we are, and also, yeah, Europe and the United States, they didn't support Ukraine at the proper time. Then there was the high motivation level in 2022, 2023. Those were golden years for Ukrainian military. Then large-scale counteroffensive operations were possible. You remember how Ukraine called for the tanks, HIMARS, and every time, every sort of the weapon, it was very hard to get, because those bureaucrats that, maybe we shouldn't escalate, who gives the tanks first, and like this drama with F-16s, and So people just understood that they are being used like that, and they don't want to go to Ukrainian army. After all, the price of the human life in Ukraine in general is higher. So people just prefer to save their lives and the lives of their families instead of fighting. That's why I'm here, because I prefer to save my life and the life of my daughter, that she would grow with her father, mother, and yeah. I still do something for Ukraine on my channel, but it's not uncomparable to what our guys sacrifice. So that's why you may call me coward. I'm quite okay with that, coward or draft dodger. But I didn't obtain the notice. Yeah. So I actually went to Ukrainian army in 2022. I tried to go there. They didn't take me. Maybe they had lots of the volunteers, and they say to me they will call me. But even now, if they call or later, I will not go there. No, because my friends, as you know, I support my friends who used to fly with me. Some of them stayed in Ukraine. They're drone operators. I support them too, and they say that if there was the choice, they wouldn't go to the army once again. So now they cannot exit, but they would never ever go again to Ukrainian army. That's what they say. That they really regret their decision to go to Ukrainian army as volunteers, because they see what's really happening. I don't think how they can even sustain their lives without like my support or something, you know. Being in Ukrainian army is terrible. What you see on in media is different what you see in reality. Yeah, still it's better than in the Russian army, but it's like the small Soviet army with stupid commanders. Not all of them are stupid, but oh my god, like later on I'll probably tell you some of the stories. It is sad what's going on right now. I'm also volunteering for humanitarian aid in Ukraine right now, and it's frustrating to see the lack of support of EU countries. Yeah. Should Zelensky release the files? He will not release. Nabu will release. They have, as they say, more than 3,000 hours of the files, of the audio files. And Zelensky is also mentioned. It's already mentioned in one tape. He mentioned, yeah. I think his nickname, in this group, in this corrupt group, they all name themselves different names. For example, Mindich was Carlson for whatever reason. This Zuckerman was Sugarman. What's the name of this guy? I forgot. I told about him already on the stream, but I forgot. There's so many people involved. So Chernyshov was, what was his klikucha nickname? Che Guevara. He was Che Guevara. So everyone in the group, Professor was the director, the Minister of Justice, and the ex-energy minister who appointed his lover, a girl, as an energy minister. So it's like that. He was the deputy director of Energoatom, the company that controls all of the nuclear energy power stations in Ukraine. So he was a deputy director. Then Zelensky appointed that guy as the chief of Ukrainian energy, so the energy minister of Ukraine. Then he appointed him to the Minister of Justice, and this guy, he appointed his lover for a girl who used to live with him, appointed her for the position of the energy minister. And everyone whom Zelensky appointed, it's some sort of the cringe, like Ivan Bakanov, SBU officer, the head of SBU, Because of his actions, Russians knew about absolutely everything, all of the Ukrainian positions on the south, everywhere. Because of him, there was demining, because his deputies were all freaking Russians with the Russian citizenship working for the Russian FSB. And they even called for demining of the passages from Crimea, and some of them were demined. I think one was mined and even kaboomed by one guy. He's, I think, now hero of Ukraine. He has this, but it all happened because of incompetence. Yeah, so Russians entered from Crimea and occupied the territories and Kherson without any sort of the fight. Yeah, also, like the deputy of Ivan Bakanov, who was responsible for that sector, he was a Russian FSB agent. And then there was investigation. They found hundreds of those FSB agents in SBU, and that only after that Zelensky removed Bakanov from his position. And what is interesting now with this corruption scheme, that the office where the money were laundered, so it's the so-called back office, it belonged to Derkach. Derkach is the member of parliament, ex-member of parliament of Ukraine, Verkhovna Rada, who left Ukraine, and he is now a senator in Russia. So he is Russian citizenship. He has a Russian citizenship. He also works for FSB. So actually, Zelensky's friends, Timur Mindich, Sugarman, Zuckerman, Chernyshov, this director, I forgot his surname, this Minister of Justice, and many of the people, other people who were detained, some of them, they laundered the money via back office of the Russian FSB agent in Kiev. That's interesting. And I wonder how that office was still functional at first. And the money went to Russia. Actually, the $100 million we're speaking about, they were laundered through this office of the Russian FSB agent. That is what the craziest part of this, everything of that, yeah? How much damage they did, no one can calculate, because now Nabu says about the tip of the iceberg, or the part of the tip of the iceberg, $100 million, but there were more. Like, it's just one case. They just start to release the cases. So it's the first one, $100 million. Not too much. We'll see what it's going to be next. I think potentially billions. It's scary and sad. Yeah, I know about this case because I read Ukrainian media. It's open out there everywhere. Nabu have their own, let me show you. They have their own, everything is open. They have their own YouTube channel. Nabu, YouTube channel. They do everything like very public.
Прем'єр-міністр України, якого учасники групи.
So this is Chernyshov Che Guevara, the ex-vice prime minister of Ukraine. They publish all of the tapes out there on YouTube with decoding, like, and all of them are speaking Russian. Yeah, all of them are speaking Russian, so I understand everything, like what they're saying. The voices are being identified, so I just, then I have some free time, I watch their channel. Also, I read Ukrainian news, I watch Ukrainian media, and yeah. Here they say about the exchange of the money. They got the money like cash, and they're speaking about where to meet to send the cash.
Кошти. Відбувається розмова Че Гевари з шугарменом, в якій вони хоч і завуальовано, але обговорюють, де і в який спосіб можна отримати кошти.
So it's like everything out there on this Naboo channel. So they call it Operation Midas. They published several of the video about it 5 days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos they already published relative to this scheme. And it's not just about videos, they also send the information, like actual information, to Ukrainian courts. Many people were arrested, some of them are suspects. A couple of the ladies were already released for paying bailout. It's kind of interesting where they got those money. Because actually before Chernyshov, who was also arrested, he paid the bailout from the money he stole. Later on, it was already said. Friend of Zelensky also. Like, I know the stuff, like it's publicly available, it's out there, and if I'm... Maybe I didn't switch the screen, yeah? It's like this. Did you see it? Emmanuel's golden touch. Yeah, they call it Midas. It's the name of the king in Greek mythology, who touched everything with the finger and turns it into gold. Where is Timur Midich hiding now? He's not hiding. He's living his best life in Tel Aviv. And he will never be given back to Ukraine because the case against him is open as against Israeli national, and Israel never gives its people to other countries. He will be fine. Don't worry about him. It should be hard to track. No, it's easy. Like you can. I think if you really want, you can meet him in Tel Aviv. Interesting how his nickname is related to the South Americans. So yeah, it's just a nickname. You're sorry for Zelensky. Why you're sorry for Zelensky, Maria? He knows about it. He knew and know about it. That's why he wanted to close Naboo, and to avoid this investigation and corruption scandal. We call it Krugova Poruka, so it means that it's common responsibility for corruption or some of the wrongdoing, organized syndicate crime. Yeah, Krugova Poruka. Does he have an? Yes, he has an. Something tells me that Zelensky also has Israeli passport. I'm not sure, but I think so. So Mindich, yes, he is officially Israeli citizen. Mindich and Zuckerman. Of course, Zelensky knows everything. If he didn't, it falls on the letter. Any figure you have in mind to replace Zelensky if push comes to shove? Like politically, it's gonna be difficult to organize elections. I think that someone from Ukrainian government, like Speaker of the Parliament in this case, I think, should be in charge. Like if president leaves or president accidentally, something goes with him, the spokesman of the parliament takes the charge. Hey, Ani, welcome to Twitch. Sucks if you're right. Yeah, I'm right because it's everywhere. Like, It's all over Ukrainian media and international media. You can really check it out. I don't know why some of the pro-Ukrainian channels are saying something different, but I say the things as they are. They say, oh, for Zelensky, it's very difficult time. Yeah, for Zelensky, it's difficult time because he knew about it. It's difficult time also for Ukraine because it was... this situation undermines the military support. Make Dylan president. Yeah, Dylan Burns is a great guy, but he's American. Vladimir Zelensky is a very brave man and good wartime leader. I'm still pro that family man. I am praying. You know nothing about Zelensky, Maria. I'm telling you. You believe in the virtual character he was capable to create. He is an actor. He is very good in that. He was an actor. Zelensky, for whom people voted in 2019, is not Zelensky people received. And his rating in 2019 from 73% dropped to 19% because he lied. Only war made him who he is, with popularity, which is now fading away. It's understandable why. I would not want Dylan as a president based on his past comments, but appreciate his work. Oblivion, and what? Tell me, what is that? Something strange? Maybe I also say, like, then you are this influencer, then you say something like some words slip from your mouth. Maybe some people would not like it, and there is some beef around it. It's sometimes hard to control. They should elect private sector. Maybe, I'm not sure, but like I would like someone from not the military, but someone from like this patriotic community be elected. Sternenko, I'm not sure, but some guy like Sternenko, but with more experience. I don't know really whom. I used to see Zelensky like that with his my dubs are strong. Thank you for saying truth. Yeah, anytime. We spent 10 months in Canada. On the third, then they weren't a problem. Still ignore Mexico. What? Oh, by the way, I just started focusing on digital art. Annie, are you bot or what? Why you spam the same thing? It's a bot comment. How many lives lost to Ukrainian corruption, including civilians? No one may calculate. Those are potential losses, yeah. But of course, Ukraine suffered. Nothing important, Dylan just had some opinions I would disagree with. Then I went to watch his oldest YouTube video on YouTube. I see. It's normal to disagree. It's okay. I think I receive critics more or less okay. I just delete some hateful comments, like then people swear at me or say I'm delusional, blah, blah, blah. I delete those guys. But if there is like normal critics, it's always welcome. As for me, and I don't know about Dylan. You need a leader who will keep moral strong and work to better the domestic strengths of Ukraine and pick the best qualified military leaders and let them do what they have to do. Yes. I think Syrski is being selected as the general commander because he has or almost hasn't his own opinion. He is very well manipulated by president's office. Why is everyone so obsessed with having leaders? Well, it's like, you know, in every system we have leaders. People, it's our nature to have the leader, to create some sort of the vector. Like the leader, the head of the office, the head of the company, the head of the country, the head of even a captain, yeah? So we should have someone responsible for everything. And from that responsible guy, everything goes down like, okay, you're responsible for that. From you, it goes down, 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 down. Everyone is responsible for everything, but the general vector is set by a single person. Yeah, that's why I think it's our nature to have leader. Some systems work more independently, like, for example, here in Switzerland, every part of the country has its own, or in United States, yeah, every state has its own government, but still, like, there's a federal government, but most of the kitchen is done in local area, local states, with legislation, responsibilities, budgets, and federal government just, okay, make America great again, yeah. But the most of the stuff is done by locals. I wish in Ukraine it was like that. During the times, this like you need strong leaders because a group making decision will be in yes, and able to react quickly. Yeah. Union of Soviets, Union of America. I won't change my mind. I have a look about Zelensky written by Rex. Okay, it's your opinion. If you don't want to change it, don't change it. I'm not pushing you. I'm just telling you the things as they are. Because I used to live in Ukraine, and I used to live 3 years under Zelensky's ruling. And I know how it was before him. I know what he promised. I can tell you all of the story from the very start and why I didn't vote for him as well. And I'm not planning to vote. The only time I say that, okay, maybe I'll vote for Zelensky after his, let's say, argument with Donald Trump. I thought, okay, maybe if Putin attacks Zelensky, maybe if Trump attacks Zelensky, maybe he's doing something good. And I say that in my video that, okay, if there were elections now, I would vote for Zelensky, but honestly, I don't see another like candidate, and I still don't see it. But for now, after this scandal, I don't think that he should be re-elected. I think he should not even take part in the next elections, Zelensky. After the war. What did Zelensky promise to do? Then he was trying to become a president. Well, he promised lots of the reforms in police, in corruption. Yeah, to deal with corruption. That was his main promise. We're gonna. His main call was "Весна прийде, саджати будемо." So spring comes, we're gonna put them into prisons. He spoke about, let's say, previous corruption scandals involved in a previous administration, also in the army sector. But then he came to power, corruption skyrocketed once again. Just people changed on the place. And there were corruption scandals even before the war, even more than with the previous administration. That's why his rating from 73% dropped to 19. And then the war had started, the rating went more than 90%. Because people tend to unite over government leader under external threat. Yeah. Then is pro-Poroshenko? No, absolutely. I am not pro-Poroshenko. I think he should be jailed too now, for example, because of his corruption. I'm not pro Poroshenko. No. I didn't vote for Zelensky, but I'm not pro Poroshenko. The world is not black and white. No doubt Zelensky did good things, but that does not excuse wrongdoing. If he is involved, he should step down and set the example of future leaders. Yeah. Also, then he came to power. There was a COVID scandal, and there were lots of the stuff around that one. Then, for example, there was the humanitarian help from China. Zelensky went to Hostomel airport, then Maria was still flying, Maria delivered all of those medical kits, face masks. In Ukraine, there was nothing, really. So China helped, but later on, miraculously, all of that equipment started to be just for sale in local epicenter markets. So it's like, what? He filmed the video. Ukrainians, I'm saving you. Here is the Mria airplane fully loaded with equipment from China, yes, but still. And then investigation started, and it was a humanitarian freaking help from China. Yes, they loaded Maria fully with everything, but later on everything was not given to hospitals or something, but it was sold. So someone earned money from it. Like, what? So, and the measures, those measures, anti-COVID measures, they were done very, very bad. Lots of the people died, and as I mentioned in my video, they were partying by the time they with the same Timur Mindich in his apartment. The Timur Mindich who is now involved in a scandal, they were partying. Zelensky himself also. They were partying by the time everyone was locked down, and they were cheerful and taking the party. And there were lots of the scandals like that. All of the persons close to Zelensky. Also, he started the massive rebuild of Ukrainian roads. He called it Велике будівництво, so the great building or something like that of the infrastructure. And Ukrainians call it Велике крадівництво, so the great theft. Because there was the case with also... There was the guy, I forgot his name. He was he went into Ukrainian memes, but I don't remember his name. He also was from the Zelensky's party, Zelensky fraction. I'm not sure if he was like friend of Zelensky or not, but he was from Zelensky's party. And he was responsible for some part of this road building. I mean, manager, some sort of he was a member of parliament. So he was stopped by police, and police found in his bag $150,000. $150,000, and the body cam was on, and he told, come on. He was drunk. He was drunk and driving drunk, really, with money in the bag. And police told, oh, you have money, okay, but you're detained. And he said, can I go to the forest? Here is the forest. Can I go? You can take that money. $100,000, $150,000, you can take it. And it was filmed on a body camera, and later on shown in everywhere. So all of those cases, like small cases, big cases, and Ukrainians, they saw everything of that, and they, oh fuck, whom we elected. That's why his rating dropped very low. And then the war had started. It saved him. It saved Zelensky. No one would elect his party or him. Never ever. or maybe he would get those 19% of crazy people. But there was no support from the people whom I know personally. No one supported him. No one. And then the war had started. Zelensky changed his amplitude. He grown up the beard. He started to wear different clothes. He started to go here, go there, and he built this. He associated himself with Ukrainian people. And with this picture, people in the West believed in, and they still believe. It's very hard to convince him that Zelensky is not what they see on their TV screens or in social media. Zelensky is different. And yeah, it's very hard. But judging on my video about corruption, then I have 98% of the likes. It's good. I think I convinced people and try to tell that who he really is. At least around this case, it was quite simple because it is evident that Zelensky's friends are out there. Yeah, so he built this amplitude or something, but now his rating is falling down because, after all, Zelensky is Zelensky. And by the time of the war, people could accept what happened before the war, more or less. Yeah, the rating is falling. But during the war, corruption from his circle, come on. I'm sure that Andriy Yermak is also ruling. A close friend of Zelensky also was involved in some of the wrongdoing, but Zelensky even was asked to say goodbye to him by many of the influencers, but no, he is keeping him, and they're like very close friends. I think Yermak is ruling Ukraine more than Zelensky. And I hope Nabu will start to dig under Yermak. He's like this gray cardinal of Ukraine. Not fully gray, because he also likes to be in front of the cameras. But he is literally nothing. He's not a vice president. He's not any sort of the Ukrainian official. He's just a head of the president's office. Just a clerk. But somehow he has so much power, so much influence. He's choosing who is who in Ukrainian parliament, in Ukrainian government. He's controlling the stuff. Under Yermak. You may call him a great cardinal of Ukrainian politics, indeed. So yeah, that's it's interesting to ask ChatGPT because officially the rating of Zelensky was 19%, as far as I remember. What ChatGPT could tell us. Analyze the polls before the full-scale war in Ukraine. The average rating of Zelensky, trust of people, or something like that, before the war had started, before February 24, 2022. Let's go. Come on, give me the answer. 37%, they say. According to KIS. KIS is official Ukrainian government institution. So, of course, they will give 37%. Okay, you gave the official rating. Try to find some other polls. Well, 32, it's quite a lot, because I heard the numbers. After the war began, his trust pro approval surged to 84. People say, like on channels, they say 90 with something. Again, it's official KIS data. It's the government data, so it doesn't give me. So according to official, 37 approval. Zelensky trust rating remained negative in March 2021. His presidential rating, not exactly trust, was 32%. Ukrainsky Institute Politica. Again, it's the official institute of government. So the actual, I know no one who would support Zelensky. No one before the war, personally. All of people whom I know, they were very against him, as well as I. And only after the war began, okay, people thought now the war had begun. It's time to change. So Ukrainian government will never be the same. There will be no corruption, no bribes, because it's the existential crisis. Let's mobilize all together. Let's go. And there was a patriotic push for that. Zelensky also, no, we're gonna like fight, and corruption again. And now, okay, after the recent corruption scandal, tell me what his rating is. According to Kiev International Institute, the same institute, trust in Zelensky dropped to about 58 in early, it's August, it's before corruption, but now it's like very low. The balance of trust minus distrust fell to 21. While still above the lowest wartime rating, which reached 52% in December 2024. Trust in Zelensky diminished even after reversal of law that fueled anti-corruption protests. Yeah, there was the period. Zelensky trust level dips after wartime protests. Zelensky, like the trust of him lowered in December 2024. I wonder why in December. Maybe because of the fail of the counteroffensive. I don't know. More like 100% scandal, yeah. No leader is popular because they become president, instantly drops. Yeah, but it's not the instant. Zelensky's rating was huge. Then the war had started because people thought that everything will be changed. But no. With people whom I know, we have sometimes group chats with my colleagues, with my pilots who either stay in Ukraine or work somewhere. All of them say that the situation with corruption and with everything is worsened than the war had started. It became worse. And people lose motivation to fight. So that's, we started, yeah, from can Ukraine, the question was, may Ukraine still fight, or does it have enough army men resources or something? Army men to fight, yeah. It's very bad that they call people resources, and yeah, I try to avoid this term as well. Whether Ukraine has enough army men to fight, I would not say so. Physically, yes. Actually, no. Скажи мне про СЗЧ. Вроде бы мобилизирует Украина где-то 30 тысяч, уходит 21 тысяча. Проанализируй по своим, в интернете найди, это реальная информация или нет. I just asked ChatGPT about deserting or leaving, volunteer leave of the military bases, or how it's called, about Ukrainian soldiers. It's searching. can you give it to me in English? And also, I have the data from October that 21,000 around people left the Ukrainian army voluntarily, so-called SZC. Self-willed living of unit. Yeah, self-willed living of unit of all. Desertion cases recorded under Ukrainian military law. Official number, Ukraine mobilizes 30,000 people per month. This comes from Zelensky's own statement to Bloomberg in 2025. Ukraine mobilizes roughly 30,000 people per month, where the 21,000 left army numbers came from. In October 2025, Ukraine registered around 21,000 those volunteer leaves of the military units cases. This matches what Ukrainian politicians, journalists, and sources like Nove Vremya and VE and TSN were discussing. So 21 it's the record number, then 6,000 up to 19,000 each as average each month. 161,000 criminal cases recorded over the year, and totally it's just per year. Totally it's bigger number. So the 21,000 number is real, but important nuances. Cases doesn't equal soldiers because one soldier can be recorded multiple times. Yeah, it also, but still it's a lot. Some cases are closed or removed. Part as people return after amnesty programs. Not all of them were nearly mobilized that month. Still, the scale is huge. So yeah. Because people are leaving, it's not gonna be easy for Ukraine in general. And then so corruption stuff in the government, I know it's a major blow, but the fact is being exposed. It's really good news for Ukraine. It enables routing and fixed law Ukrainian from USA. Yeah, I agree with you. I like that even now, then there is the concentration of power coming from Zelensky, his party in parliament, because they have majority. Still, there are independent institutions like NABU and Independent Anti-Corruption Bureau who do not hesitate even to persecute president's friends. That's great. That's why Ukraine is still better than Russia. But the thing that president is involved is it's not good, because he tried to close those institutions. That actually leads or shows that he is involved, or at least he knew about it and tried to save his friends whatsoever. We don't know about the motivation, but it's bad. Bad look for president. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I thought. I wonder if someone angered him. What? Are you going to back to pilot? No, I hope not to go to commercial aviation any longer. I hope I will not fly Boeing, Airbus. I miss it, yes, sometimes, but it's not for me any longer. You are very tied to your schedule, to your company. You're very dependent on everything. I try to avoid. So I think YouTube career, maybe streaming career, maybe something like that. Even after the war, I'll try to stay online. And gliders, yeah. Do you think Zelensky will try to covertly get rid of Nabu? It's not possible now. Now it's not possible. I think there will be a big scandal, even bigger than what is happening right now if he tries to do it. So for him, it's better to keep the things as they are and hope that they will not expose him directly. Why haven't we stepped in yet? You can't live under threat nukes forever. At some point, you have to say enough is enough and see if our defenses countermeasures hold. Well, they're afraid to escalate. That's what I want to say. Kursk was well worse without betrayals. It's hard to say, about the Kursk operation. There's some, like you may say it from different perspectives. Some may say it was useless. Some may say it was not useless. Hey dude, no way you are on Twitch. Yeah, I'm on Twitch. Funny vibe. Funny yup 226. I don't know. I'm not a military guy, so there were some of the good benefits of the Kursk operation, but the question whether those were worth the losses, I'm not sure. Like there was the time at the beginning of the Kursk operation, then Russia, it was chaos in Russian even military. There was the internal confrontation between Ahmad battalion and the Russian military command. They were openly accusing each other for wrongdoing, for leaving positions. Like Ahmad, this Abtialudinov, Ahmad commander, he was accusing Russian military command for not organizing defense. Military command was accusing Ahmad for running away from positions. It was big drama. I thought, maybe we're coming to some of the real confrontation in Russia, but it didn't happen. It's similar to Prigozhin, but not at this huge scale. Then I hope for the best, then they will start to bite each other and beat each other, but no, it didn't happen. In my opinion, Ukraine has been losing since Solidar. Since Solidar. Solidar was occupied before Bakhmut, yeah? At first it was Solidar, then Bakhmut. Let's try to figure out. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Actually, if we speak about the ground, yes. It was later Bakhmut, then failed Ukrainian counteroffensive 2023. Again, it was like Ukrainian propaganda also, yeah. Our propaganda media is also working. It's normal. So we're going to go on a counteroffensive. I was like almost sure that it will be successful, and it was a big mistake after all. Like for those green patches, like the losses are crazy. So why Ukraine is lost initiative in general on the front lines? Because of the heavy losses in Bakhmut, because it was a political decision to keep city as far as possible, as long as possible, with any sort of the forces. And after all, Russia has more forces. Wagner army, they didn't care about the losses. Well, strategically, this defense of Bakhmut, if Prigozhin didn't turn away, you can count it. We could have counted it as the success of the Bakhmut defense operation that exhausted Wagner army so much that they were so angry that they went to dismiss Putin to Moscow, if that military coup was successful. So in this case, like it was almost like that, yeah? The defense of Bakhmut caused so many losses for Prigozhin. He was so angry that he was screaming, he was rioting, and it nearly happened. So Bakhmut could be the end of Russia, actually. But no, it didn't happen. Ukraine just had losses, and Prigozhin died. And here it was like very stupid idea to go, after all, yes, it appeared those defense lines of Russia, after all, were strong, and our offensive operation just crashed on Russian defense. Surovikin is, after all, a talented Russian commander. Surovikin, and also Popov, who defended Tokmak and this area with his paratroopers. But Surovikin was dismissed, and Popov was jailed. Yeah, in Russia. That's how Russia said thank you for stopping Ukrainian counteroffensive. And since that time, Russians took Soledar, Russians took Bakhmut, failed counteroffensive, Kursk operation. Went there, went here. As for the initiative on the front lines, I would say since Soledar, definitely only Russia takes the ground constantly. Yeah. Well, we are not counting those small offensive operations. Yeah, those are local tactical operations. If we compare this Ukrainian counterattack, which with the Russian territorial gains here, it's uncomparable. So, yeah, I agree with you. After Soledar, Russia has initiative. Gerasimov, we need bullets. Yeah, with Prigozhin, it was wow. I was jumping from my happiness back that I was like, wow, they're going to Moscow. Like, at first I didn't believe it. Then I saw like Prigozhin in Rostov with those Russian generals. He really imprisoned them, the deputy commander of the Russian army, deputy of Gerasimov. Jeez. He was speaking with Prigozhin, and Prigozhin, what are you? Where is the ammunition? We will go to Moscow. He was screaming, yeah, we're going to dismiss everyone. We're going to restore the order. And I was like, okay, they were speaking about convoy. It was going to Moscow. And then I heard the news that they even started to shut down Russian helicopters and airplanes, which were trying to hit them. Oh, shit. That was crazy. It was, wow, they're damn serious, damn serious. And then they turn around. It was one of the biggest disappointments in my life. Oh. Cheers. Hi, drunk drummer. It was good times. Yeah, it was good. It was great, but such a mess. Then he turned around. I wonder, like, if Prigozhin, like, if we return him somehow in time, and say to him, okay, if you turn around, Putin will shut down your airplane together with you, whether he would continue. I think he would continue. I gave the interview to Mario Naufal, and he spoke with Lukashenko about Prigozhin, and Lukashenko said that Prigozhin turned around because I told him that I will deploy the Belarus army against him. And Mario really believed that Belarus army is capable. I say, like, okay, like that, I don't want to argue, but didn't want to argue. But Belarus army is not capable. If Russian army was not capable to stop Prigozhin, no one is even saying about Belarus army. Lukashenko playing middleman, yeah. Russians were like, they were not stopping. And remember this Akhmat self-humiliation. We're going to take Prigozhin in Rostov or something. And then we are stuck in a traffic jam. It was so funny. Oh, they were the golden times, really. Prigozhin could have saved so many lives, but he lost his own, and now war continues. Well, maybe there would be the war within Russia, in this time, because Kadyrov would not be okay with Prigozhin, of course. Putin would try to stay in power and also try to attack Prigozhin. Some of the Russian army would join Prigozhin army. Some of the Russian army will join someone else. Those would be fantastic times to review, to discuss, not to check out this military map from the deep state, but to check some sort of the military map, like fight for Moscow, fight for everything, Volgograd, Chechnya, so that would be fun. I was having the most important exam in my life, and I was studying the Prigozhin started being funny. Prigozhin is still alive in Africa. He wouldn't have never been in that place. I didn't think he was that stupid to be there. Well, officially he died, and I think he died. I think that Putin would not stand this, some sort of the betrayal. It was evident that, like we were speaking about it on the channel, that after he turned around, I immediately filmed the video, and there I said that Prigozhin will be windowed, and yeah. I think he was really windowed. Green core, no. Maybe I'll try to listen to that. Estonia, Lithuania, Finland all got Russia defense always there, and Royal Navy have submarines with nukes pointed Moscow all the times. The genre. It's like saying Viktor Tsoi is still alive. Yeah. It's like that. Or Hitler. He opened the window in flight. Yeah, and Putin was saying like, they were just throwing grenade. Russia, by the way, closed the investigation for outsiders. Even though it was in Breyer, Brazilians, according to any sort of the ICAO rules, should be presented in an investigation, but Russians said no. He lives in Mar-a-Lago now. He was spotted at poolside. Oh my god. I just don't know how can you convince that guy like you're going full gas, full forward to Moscow, recording all the informations out there on Telegram, saying that you go, then you turn around like how? Have this some sort of the determination or what? Like I still don't understand why he did it. Maybe he finally realized that he could spark civil war in Russia and try to avoid it. I don't know. Yeah. The apocalypse is always running. He lives in Progi and Trump would be besties. Yeah, for sure, Hope. His drug high war off. Yeah, actually, I think there are a couple of the Wagner guys fighting for Ukraine. I don't know how it happened. Maybe they were captured as prisoners of war, and even one ex-Wagner, his commander, but they fight not directly for Ukrainian army. They're in Russian volunteer corps. Which took part in some of the attacks on Russia initially. Threat of Baltic missile strikes, what? They say here Russia can't win the war against itself, yeah. Would you have support Prigozhin for president of Russia? I think it seems like actually hard principles. No, he's a war criminal. Like, I don't like Prigozhin. I was just hoping that he would dismiss a Russian regime, and yeah. He is not a president. He is a warlord. Kind of talented warlord, I would say, but he is a war criminal. Wagnerites, they unalived lots of the Ukrainians. I mean, Ukrainian soldiers. As they describe it, usually, okay, we fight against them in the trenches, then they fight, then they shoot to us, then they unalived lots of our army men, then the bullets are over, he calls to us, I surrender. We are not taking those kind of the prisoners of war. It was their excuse. Well, I think those kind of the cases, they are happening on the front lines, of course, but I reviewed the front lines, I reviewed the news, and I saw many of those cases, like of that they didn't take lots of the Ukrainian prisoners. They basically canceled them on the site. That's it. Prigozhin was evil either way. Yeah. Bloody guys. The only thing that he could have changed Russia forever. Trading rotten apple for another rotten apple, yeah. It would have been the same Priga if he took over, would not have stopped the war. Well, he says that he wanted to. He said at least, yeah. Again, what he said and what he would do, those are two different things. But he said that the war should have been stopped. It should have never been started. He said it was started because of the ambitions of some of the Russian elite. He said. Wagner is still there. Yeah, Wagner is the puppet army of Putin now. Yeah, and Bird, yeah. Have you forgot the Wagner Hammer incident? Yeah. I just recalled it also in my head. Then send the Hammer to EU Parliament. Yeah. I think they hammered own guy, yeah, who did something wrong. I don't know what happened to the guy, but the Hammer is Hammer. It was a signature thing for Prigozhin's army. The orcs will read my previous comments, put the nose on it. Oh? Biden's war, yeah. Harmed an old Russian bloke for... Yeah. I remember that video, it was crazy. With the Wagner army. Again, drones in Ukraine. Samara is burning refinery. Russia. Yeah, there are some of the updates, but not too many updates, I would say. On Telegram, let's check out. I will check out what is happening. United States officials privately told a senior European official that the military buildup near Venezuela is meant to raise the temperature and see how Maduro reacts, ideally pushing him to flee or creating an opportunity to capture him and bring him to the United States for prosecution. Source New York Times. So the same source gives us that there are negotiations about the oil, and the same source gives that after all Americans want to prosecute Maduro. But how? It doesn't work like that. If you put lots of the ships, all of the ships around Venezuela, it will not force Maduro to flee. Like there should be a real military action. I think it works like that. Fuck. Again, Deep State shares the video of the Ukrainian prisoners of war being executed. I will not show it, of course, but I see it. The location is Zelený High and Червоне. It's Zaporizhia front lines. Damn it. Boom. You live in Soviet era? What? Russia started conscription in the first year of the conflict, only managed 120k out of 300k they were hoping for. Had to chase them down. Come on. They have more people than... They had many of the volunteers. I believe in 300,000, I think even more. And still they have volunteers without any sort of the mobilization. They are pretty much fine, I think. Yeah, they still have like less than they want, I think, after all. But they are not in they're not panicking about it. They still have enough. In the future, maybe they will announce mobilization. They hire, you see, they hire even people from, like today there was the information that even in Luhansk Oblast, it's Ukraine, they announced mobilization of reservists to protect the energy infrastructure of Russia. This is just a hoax to mobilize people to the army. So they're looking for the sneaky ways to get people. Russia has less issues with, way less issues with army men compared to Ukraine. Yeah, in the morning I'll record the video about the front lines updates. Now we have some of the news. Like some of the news are, let's say, neutral, I can call them. Some of the bad news, and yeah, sadly. Europe will help you how? Denys, you look sleepy. Yeah, I think I need to finish the stream. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Watts, thank you for your kind support. Thank you, guys. I think I'll finish it because I feel sleepy. It's a good point you said. Oh, we have so many people watching today. 138. I would say it's a record number for the stream. For the Twitch, I don't know, but that's great. We mostly speak about Ukraine, don't we? But I think we should like switch topics sometimes to the broader discussions. Well, today we spoke about AI. Today we spoke about Donny, about what else? About watches and the videos, and about Ukraine, obviously. Nice. Stay awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. And see you tomorrow, as usual. Ciao.